Steel stick is great.
here.
It's just Bernie! Hey, Bernie, just like last week, huh?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, hello. Is that
And
me?
it's not just Bernie. We got David Stig Hansen with us today. And happy January 20th, everyone. What a day has come and finished. And thank God Trump is still alive. The society has not collapsed. But it seems like there was a revolution. Like I couldn't help but notice whatever the one lady, like civilian or something, maybe she was part of like a senator or Congress, whatever she was, but she, like, there was zombied out Biden there, and he was like all like fetal and not saying anything. And then there was Trump incoming, and she's like, and here we have a peaceful transition of power. And that it really was an actual real transfer of power from this deep state and democratic and just inefficient, like the DI, all of it. It's just, it was so the blob, right? The blob, and that we're gonna cover the executive orders that were actually signed by Trump publicly on camera on the hour interview that he did, and we're going to compare it to, you know, the previous administrations and do a little breakdown of it. But we're also going to, you know, cover the regulars. So we got 2 hours of stream here, and we're going to fit in a nice 20 minutes, half hour playing Stig's most recent work of the parts he has discovered and the research he's done. We're going to do a half hour of the breakdown of the Trump day one, and then we're going to do a half hour of AI agents, crypto markets. We live in a meme world. What does it meme? I meme business, and I will be launching Meme Bus, Meme Token. And I'm just going to do it as like the pump.fun, the billion out. So it's like there's so much to explain and break down. But one thing to understand is Haley Welch, that witch of a hoe that is like the base bottom, like what you'll hoe bag yourself out for, like clout in the meme world. Like, as far as I know, she's not a whore, because it's not like she's that this new low that's happened, like the two different OnlyFans, like literal whores, where one slept with like 150 guys in a day, and then her like friends slash co-worker did 1052 in 12 hours, literally 10x, and like they're fighting for clout by like how it's disgusting, right? But so you know, that's literal. You're physically whoring yourself out and putting that out as content. But then there's one layer up that Haley Welch, the Hawk Tua sexual meme, but rug pull, you know, it's as low as you go. So that's the very base standard when we're going to be comparing crypto memes. And then we're going to have, you know, the Trump, the president, and the president's precedent, and that they're all with the billion coin issuances. It's the billion coin, billion token,
Of course.
tokenomics. But the key part,
I got my channel.
that Trump, as well as his wife Melania, they both did the 80% that they kept for themselves and 20% to the market, and that that's actually like within the same initial Welch tokenomics of they only gave 3% to the open market, but it was the other 17% they sold to pre-investors that then rug pulled, but it was that 20% that went into the open market. And that both Trump as well as Molina's, they did 10% into the open market and then 10% to these private sales, where who knows where it actually is. That's going to be figured out, but we'll get into that in the second half. But basically, I'm going to be launching 2 different projects. The first AI project agent that I'll be launching is Trump Tracker AI, and it's going to be an actual AI agent that follows and tracks Trump's wallets, his meme coin wallets, as well as Melania's, and then it's going to compare it to the big dogs, the 2 big dogs of memes, which for those that don't understand, we're just going to do a very quick breakdown of numbers. So the big dog, the first mover, the first ever meme is still Doge, and it's still the biggest dog of $60 billion. And that, so Doge is the big dog of 60 billion. Then there is Shiba, which is like the little dog that is 12 billion market cap. And that, so the president came in, and for one moment he was able to pass, and he overtook Shiba Inu, but it was only for about 2 hours. And it was literally when his wife came in and like knocked him out, like, because it's meme wars. So that's another part, is all these meme coins and projects, they're fighting each other for market cap. And that what happened is that Trump, with his meme coin, he was on such a run that he could have kept like 100%ing gains in converting and taking large amounts, like $10 billion market cap chunks at a time from other areas, and like kept growing had they not launched Molina's. But they did this second one simultaneously, and now she's at
$5.
Yeah, so I think she's around 1 billion market cap that she's at right now. So like that's about 20th, like, or like you're 1 out of 20 in that average of like meme coins that have that billion. Anyways,
look, it's just a pump. Let's be honest about those 2. I want to support the president, but those 2 coins are a pump.
Well, see, no, this is the huge thing that is the precedent of it all, is that there is just a billion. So that depending on what they do, how he does it, and that I stayed up for like literally the last 48 hours straight, like watching the market and seeing, and I bought into some, I tried leveraging some, I did different things, but that the actual fundamental technical analysis of how like the actual trade volume. So here's the thing, is that a lot of insiders got really, really rich off of this, and it made a lot of crypto people rich. But that's the
Rome Dog is sitting on 374,000 Shiba. How much is that worth? The Shiba. And now I've learned it's
dollars, or is that
no? Like, it must be the quantity of Shiba he's got.
Because you have to have millions just to be worth like.
All right, let's find out. Let's find out. I'll find out. You keep talking. I'll find out.
But so
I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say though.
Here's what it is though, is that the Trump makes 1% off of the exchanges, as does Molina, as like a fee anytime someone's trading in and out of their cryptos. But another huge part is that this Trump Tracker AI that I'll be launching, and that essentially, actually, here we go. I'm going to play a little video of someone else that did an excellent like 5-minute video explaining the tokenomics of it here. And then from there, we'll pause it and just discuss certain aspects of it. If it will, there we go.
The answer is 18 billion Shiba. That sounds like wait. I think I did it the wrong way. I got to do it the other way. That's impossible. Hold on. What this happened?
Okay, here we go.
One can create meme coins, and that means there's a ton of scams. It also means it's easy for people to make them for publicity.
Yes. So, key point number 1, 99.9% of crypto projects are scams. Even like the top exchanges will scam you a lot unless you know what you're doing, and that there are some out there that you are able to make good money, but that the average like successful meme, quote unquote, meme coin or project that's more than a meme, but because by definition, it's like the Trump coin isn't really a meme coin. It's more of a project because a meme coin on pump.fun, yes, it issues 1 billion, but all billion of those coins go into the liquidity pool, as opposed to the 80% that are being held by Trump or Molina and other stuff. But so it's more of like they had private sales, and that they have like setups of funds, and that it's strategic, and it's not just this what do you call it, organic I guess free or fully diluted market cap and coin allocation. But that's getting more technical. The point being that he set a precedent, and that because of all the legalities of everything, that have done these two so far. And the biggest part is that they instantly were able to list it on Binance, which is like the Chinese Hong Kong crypto exchange. So that it's like that's a way to be able to like launder a lot of money exchange sort of thing a bit, as well as the DEXs, which is the decentralized exchanges on Solana, as well as on Coinbase, which is the
Solana is
American
very
exchange.
important. Solana is the way to go. Solana, and I'll tell you why later.
Well,
Keep going.
it's one of the main ones, but for like the average person that's getting in and investing like $100 at a time, or even $1,000 at a time, Solana, it's like it's starting to get expensive, where it's like you're paying $2.50 to like $5 per like transaction when you're doing stuff. So it's like the margins, the fees.
Okay,
are
I have a new
higher.
channel. I have a new channel. It's called Cryptocurrent.
Yeah,
I just shared the link in the live chat. It's not that important, but I hope somebody can subscribe.
it is important. We're gonna cover.
It is all AI.
We're gonna cover more of it.
I want to
And
say
it's-
the
it all-
videos I'm focusing on is the cheapest ones to trade. Gas rates, hash rates, fees, all that shit. Ethernet is impossible to trade on a day trading basis. If you want to get rich on this, can I share 2 slides and then I'll give up I'll give it up. 2 quick slides.
Yes.
This is my
Okay.
my
So
philosophy.
I just have to give a little pretext, and then I'm going to let you take right over with this. And
No,
just to
I
add
want to
some
show you, and then
context-
we talk about it.
Yeah.
Go
So
on.
to add some context, one, none of this is financial advice, but
Yeah.
2, from just in this, what do you call it? This LARPing world of a simulation, one would probably want to allocate about 25 to 50% of their purchase into Bitcoin, and then like 25% into Solana and 25% into XRP, sort of thing. Of when
I agree with that. I agree with that. I think that if somebody wants to stay for 20 years, I'll give them a little more. But I totally agree with what you're saying. Now, the question is, are you day trading? I don't think anybody's really day trading, but you are keeping your eye on it and you're ready to sell it if it takes a dive, right? So I am day trading because I check it every day. And this is not legal advice. This is not legal advice. I'm right now. I'll just be honest with you. I'm going to be totally transparent. I'm 100% in XRP right now. And here's my luck. Don't do what I do. The moment I bought I had Bitcoin. I had over $2,000. It was $2,400. I'm also in. So full disclosure, I'm giving you this information so you can kind of estimate the fees and shit because Bitcoin's expensive to trade. So I am curious if XRP is a little cheaper. And I'll tell you how much I just spent. I had 2001, it was $2,400 in Bitcoin, and I had another one which is Coinbase, is it? And that was like $700 in Bitcoin. And I took them both and I swapped them to XRP. The Coinbase said, "Oh, we're going to charge you like $11 fee." But after it was all said and done, Coinbase took away $20 worth of value from my transaction when I changed from Bitcoin to XRP. And then I did it over on my crypto.com app. It's so stupid, right? Crypto.com, but it's not .com, it's an app. You got to download the app if you want to do anything. So everything's on the phone. Everything else I can do it on my computer. Crypto.com app got to be on the phone. And I had like $2,400 in Bitcoin, and after I was done, I spent like $70. Okay, so $70 worth of value was gone after I switched to XRP. And we're waiting to I think we all agree XRP is supposed to go up. The flippening, I got it on my new channel. The flippening, and you mentioned Solana. Why are we talking about those? Because those are the coins that are most efficient. They don't cost that much to trade. So, by the way, this is not tested by me. I'm trusting it, but I haven't tested it yet. I already know about Bitcoin. I'm done. For Bitcoin, yes, have some, but you're not trading it every day. You're keeping it for the next 10 years, the next 20 years. Bitcoin's done, right? It could double in value. What if it goes to 250,000? It could double in value, right? And great, you got twice your money. But if you really want to make a big money, the slide I want to show you, I think, is the way to go over the next 20 years.
Okay, if you want to pull up,
let me pull it up. Let me grab that
here.
shit. Where is the? Oh, there we go. Over there. Present. It's actually really simple. And by the way, what do you use to check all the prices?
So of CoinMarketCap as well as CoinGecko, Dex Screener, Crypto Bubbles, as well as one of my main trustless that I use is Exodus. I also
and by the way, how about Robinhood? I heard their fee. They don't have fees in Robinhood.
Is MetaMask.
I haven't used it.
I also use.
All right, here we go. I got 2 slides. Okay, can you see one yet? Where is it? It's right there. Now, so this would be. This is my little thing here, and I don't know much about. I don't want to talk about the first one you see at the top. You see it. Great. Okay, so what we have is CoinMarketCap. You nailed the one I have been using this whole time. And then it's kind of funny when you go into crypto.com app, and you find yourself $1,000 more for the value of Bitcoin. It's like, where'd that come from? Okay, I think I can zoom in on this. Let me zoom in and scan. I'm sorry about that. Let's zoom in. So here's okay, first of all, Pepe is a meme coin. If you want to invest in that, no problem. And Shiba Inu is the Pepe killer. I just learned that. I invested in Shiba Inu until I found out it's also a meme coin. So I don't like it. Now, I did invest in BitTorrent, new BTT, but unfortunately, I made a big loss because I spent $50 and 40 of it went to the transaction and only 10 ended up in my wallet. So be very careful about that. But I did get Bonk, and I actually, Bonk was up for a long time. And it almost hit 4,000. But, and all of these that I've circled, I believe these are good long-term investments. Try to invest in like $100 of each of these. And the reserve rights, I don't know the real, by the way, what's the opposite of a meme coin is functionality. It actually has a real purpose, right? And I think a lot of these that I've circled do have real purpose. I could be wrong. I don't know everything. Like Kronos, I didn't circle it, but that's definitely a real purpose. But I've been following it long enough. And I don't know. It's actually kind of low right there. This was today. And then the other one, Algorand. These are all, Solana is next. This is what you want to invest in. You invest in it and you hold it. I'm going to close that, and I'm going to show you one other one right here. Where is it? I got it right here waiting. I thought I did. Where is it? Right here. So here's the ones that I suggest you do if you want to day trade. Because these are the ones that, can you see those, by the way? I don't know a lot about Litecoin. In fact, I'm not sure if I really want Litecoin on this list. And look, if you want to invest in stuff that fluctuates and is volatile, Polkadot's volatile, Hedera is volatile, Stellar, they're all good. But these four, I've done some research, and I do believe that these four are the ones you want to day trade with because your transaction fees are lowest, in my opinion. And now I'm done talking. How do you feel about that? What do you think? Uh-oh. He took off. But I'm still here. I'll tell you my story. Don't do what I do. I'm a bad investor. I really am. I'm a very bad investor. I did have Bitcoin. Now it's crypto. What's the live market say in crypto? I'm going to look at it right now. Here's what I look at right here. And then I'll shut up because he stepped away. So I'm just going to leave it. So Bitcoin's at 102. This is coin market cap. And I have this is my watch list. And Ethereum, I keep it there because it's the number 2, right? We're talking about market cap. It's the number 2. XRP is the number 3. We have the flippening coming up. Where's my video? Let me find it. I have a video right here that I want to open up. And it's talking about the fastest video, okay, it's cryptocurrent. I only have 12 subscribers. So I did put the link down in the live stream. Please subscribe real quick and say hi. This is a new channel for me. XRP, Solana. Those are the ones you want to be day trading. Like if you're going to try to invest $100,000 into one of these exchanges and buy and then sell simultaneously, do a little arbitrage. And the other one that's not here is, it's not there. Where is it? Cardano. These are the 4 that I think in my research are the best for you to be trading right now. XRP, Solana, Cardano, Chainlink. And the reason why is because of the gas fees. You know, those gas fees will kick your ass. They'll take your profit. I was trying to mess around with Bitcoin. Every time I did a transaction, my profits were eaten. So I'm done with the freaking Bitcoin. As far as day trading, yeah, have some. I still have Bitcoin. I'm not touching it. I want to see it double in price. I might have to touch it because of my current situation, because of the promises I made. Things are going on, and we're even talking about that later. In a minute, I'm going to show Bernie a bunch of slides about this most recent find. And if you haven't seen what I'm talking about on my channel, you're really missing out. I already knew about the Rashat Canal, but the Russians that I've been collaborating with are going there and getting video of this canal. And what did they find? They found an artifact. And so I'll show you that artifact. I don't know who's still here, what's going on. Bernie's not here. What happened, Bernie? Where are you at, Bernie? I hope that my voice is still clear. Okay, so after this, I'm going to... Wait, what did I do wrong? I want to show you the coin market cap real quick. We're still talking about crypto. Oops, I don't want to show that. Oh, I can't show that. That's my portfolio in Coinbase. And yes, if you want to invest in my next trip to the Eye of Africa, I've been there 3 times, if you didn't know that about me. Yeah, I'm wearing a different outfit. Where's my hat? I got a hat over there, but it is cold right now. And if you're up in Canada where Bernie is, it's really cold, isn't it? And so we're doing a little bit of a live stream. We're having some fun tonight. And warming up by the fire. I got my fireplace right here. Okay. Oh, by the way, the thumbnail showed a painting behind me. That painting is actually up for sale. And I am back in the painting business. If you didn't know, I've got my website right here, davidsighansen.com. And guess what? Up here in the top right corner, you see Atlantis. It talks about my channel. all the work I've been doing, but I don't want to bore you with that right now. So I'm going to show you some art. Yes, I'm an artist, and I have been for a long time. Am I even live still? Because I feel like I lost Bernie. Where'd Bernie go? Bernie, where'd you go? Go. Hey, thank you, Fox Coit. Thank you, professional biologist. Thank you for you're back. Okay, just in time. Do you see my new website? myname.com, David Hansen. Yeah, this is the art page. Check out all this art. This is a lifetime of art right here. You recognize any of these people? And yeah, you can tell me which one's your favorite one. Which one is your favorite?
The middle.
That's who is he? I got a bunch, man. This is not just a couple of years. This is like 30 years of a collection of the stuff I've done. So I thought you were, I don't know where you went, but we were talking about say again?
My computer crashed, of course.
Oh, well, at least you're back. Thank God.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like to do pop art. I'm going to get back into painting, Bernie. I'm going to be painting a lot of these. None of these paintings are still in my possession. And
well, that's why it's your portfolio.
Yeah, so I got a new website. I just got it going. By the way, if you subscribe to my Patreon, this one over here, this girl next to the bathroom door, she set that on fire. Oh, yeah, dear. George Carlin, Scorpster. Thank you, Scorpster, George Carlin. You got it, and I did paint that, and I put in a few at the end. And this is my website. Go to davidstighansen.com. And also, while you're there, you can. I've been working on this. I found out some secrets. Sites.google.com is awesome. It's free. Because the only reason why I didn't have a website is because I didn't want to pay the $20 a month for hosting. So here's my Atlantis, and here's my about. I do probably need to get a job. I think the Trump's president. I need to get that job. I need to make some money. So, anyways, back to you, bro. Welcome back. Did you see the 2 slides I showed?
I did. I liked it, and so my
I want to hear your feedback on that. I want to hear your feedback on this 2 slides. These are the day trades. These 4 basically. I don't know much about Litecoin, but I do think Litecoin is faster. I could be wrong. And hey, by the way, I could be wrong about everything I say. If anybody out there disagrees with me, even if you want to be polite, tell me. Is XRP fast or not? Does it have a low cache compared to? And by the way, I heard that Ethernet is the most expensive. You don't want to be day trading Ethernet at all. I lost you again. Oh, there you are.
Everything keeps crashing on me. All right, shit. I'm back.
Well, I got this going now. I got this fucking going. I got this audience going. By the way,
all right. So usually, hold on. Yeah. I gotta quickly say. So we're half hour in, and we'll in 10 minutes time we will switch over and cover for at least 10 to 30 minutes the actual situation report of the first day of Trump's all of the actual executive orders that he signed, what he said in his interview, and everything he didn't say, and the disclosures that he's promised. And one I will mention right now, just one of the executive orders that he did sign and show publicly was an executive order to cut down, get rid of, diminish, and with the intent to destroy government bureaucracy of compartmentalization and classification of information and science and just everything. And that hopefully it leads to is like the legal basis to do the disclosure of the JFK files, which he promised to do the Martin Luther King files, which he promised to do the Drone Gate files, which he promised to do the to declassify free energy over unity like technology, and to actually get science and truth out. But all right, we got Stig showing cryptocurrent, and this is your YouTube channel that is AI videos, and that we will be doing. I love what you did here. You've shown me some stuff, and I'm going to be applying it. We're going to be applying it to the AI projects that we do, where one part of it will be like there's the Google AI bots that create discussions where it's like artificial intelligence, like discussions, reviewing and like picking out all of the points, the pros.
Oh, I love it. You're talking about the deep dives. I got them right here. The deep dives. It's right here. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
it's right over
play
here.
an example. It's amazing.
I'm gonna show you because you brought it up. It's sorry. It's right here. I just gotta find it. Oh my God. Why can't I find that? It's not here. Where is that? I lost it.
Right.
Hey, look.
Yeah, so
I'll type it. It's called Notebook. Notebook LM. See how it pops up? It's notebooklm.google.com. And by the way, my website is up because of sites.google.com is free. I'm saving $20 a month. Okay, so here is let's go back to it. Where did that stupid thing go? Notebook LM, it's called. And here's a bunch that I've done. AI agents and crypto. Do you remember we did that together?
100%. That's what I was referencing, and that's going to be the basis off of one.
Well, here, let's go in there. We generated, so it says click to load, so I'll load it, but it may take a few moments. So we literally put in how many words? Like 5 words. And here it gave us 6 minutes of stuff. Let's go ahead and play it.
Crazy. It was like I was like, you're like, give it a topic to discuss. And I was like, okay, AI agents in the crypto market. Like literally those 6 words you put in, and then like it came up with this amazing 6-minute discussion. So
right. Able to By the way, I can't play it. You can't hear it. Let's confirm.
Just try. Let's see if
try it.
Son of a gun. Okay, reload.
No. I'll
try again.
I'll share it with you, and then you can play it. I'll share it with you. Wait, copy link. Let me just make sure that I don't need to add people if I have a link.
Try doing though. Before doing that, just stop sharing screen and then reshare with that one, and it might reload the sound option for it.
Oh, go to the browser instead of the full screen.
No, just stop share and then reshare that exact same one. You got it.
Well, yeah, but share screen, and then I think if I go to the Chrome tab, you might be right. Let's try that. The Chrome tab.
Yeah, now it's got sound. There you go.
Exciting.
It is wild. We're going to try to wrap our heads around AI agents.
Pause it for 1 sec, Stig. All right. So for once again, recap context. This right here is a 6-minute AI generated discussion of AI agents and cryptocurrency. There we go. Like 4 words. 4 words, right? There was what we gave.
Right here in the pasted text. Right. If we click on that, it actually expanded on those 4 words. And by the way, I don't know can you tell me what is AI agents and crypto mean? You said the words, I typed them, but I still never figured out your predisposition on AI agents. What are they?
What we will do is we will listen to these AI generative agents discussing what they think it is with in the 6 minutes that we gave them the 4 words. And then after that, I will give you the breakdown of what my interpretation of it is.
All right. Are you ready then? Okay. And by the way, all this other stuff was generated. You can do this is the audio overview part. So if you yourself want to use the Notebook LM to generate some random conversation, then yeah, I did it for my channel, and I did about 4 of them, and I edited them together to say what I wanted to say. But if you want to learn new stuff, this is really good at fucking teaching you directly new stuff. And there's a study guide, a briefing document, FAQ, timeline. So here we go. I'm going to just back it up so you can get the beginning. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
All right, everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive? Today, we're going where few have dared to go before.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
It is pretty wild. We're going to try to wrap our heads around AI agents and crypto.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. AI agents and crypto. 2 of the most mind-bending things happening right now in tech.
Exactly. Like separate. They're both already pushing the limits of what we thought was possible.
Right. And then you throw them together and who knows what could happen.
Yeah, that's what we're here to find out.
Hmm.
So let's start with AI agents, just so everyone's on the same page. Can you give us like a quick breakdown of what they actually are?
Sure. So AI agents are basically pieces of software that can, well, they can kind of think for themselves, not think like humans, obviously,
Right.
but they can learn from data, they can make decisions, and they can take actions all without a human telling them exactly what to do every step of the way.
Okay, so they're like little digital assistants.
Yeah.
But way more powerful.
Exactly. Way more powerful and way more independent, too.
And this is where crypto comes in, right? Like, what happens when you unleash these AI agents into the world of cryptocurrency?
Things get really interesting. I mean, think about it. For one, AI agents could be amazing traders.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Like AI taking over Wall Street.
Yeah.
But could the same thing happen in crypto?
Potentially. Even more so, actually, because crypto markets move so fast and there's so much data to analyze.
Right. Like way more than a human trader could ever handle.
Exactly.
Sure.
An AI agent could track prices across multiple exchanges, monitor social media sentiment, analyze on-chain metrics, all in real time.
Oh, hold on. On-chain metrics.
Yeah, that's basically data about what's happening on the blockchain itself, like how many transactions are taking place, how much money is moving around, stuff like that.
Okay, so the AI agents are using all this data to like predict where the market's going to go and make trades accordingly.
Yeah. And they could.
Yeah, this is a crazy, and you can download it. And then, by the way, the thing that I think is a weakness is you can't get the transcript. I really want to be able to download.
Isn't the transcript on the left there where it says the text or whatever?
No, that was the prompt. That was the prompt. Let's go do a new.
I thought the prompt literally was AI agents in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, and that's what the pasted text was. But what they're saying, the transcript is, as far as I know, and it could be in here somewhere, but
it could be a
trust
paid
me,
feature, or we'll just have to get another AI agent that literally is the AI agent that transcribes it.
So YouTube actually does a pretty good job. So
of course,
if you can add some, yeah.
So this is a Google agent. YouTube is owned by Google, and thus they already own the agent that has it, and it's just a matter of applying it. So that's what's really crazy. Just a little bit more context and discussion before you finish playing this. And so what you're hearing a minute and a half in is like this crazy, intelligent, intellectual discussion between two different voice characters.
Let's do a new one. Yeah, they just talk about
discussing the most relevant and realistic and like informative, like basic information on this market. Like it's quite.
They literally teach you new things. They teach you new things. It's a very good way to learn about something if you want to enter in some random words. Let's do a new one right now. Give me some new keywords.
No, keep playing this. Keep playing this. We gotta finish.
Okay, let me go. Where am I? Okay, so where is it? It's over here. I kind of hit it. Yeah, you want to finish it? It's pretty long. Yeah. Actually, believe it or not, I've generated
hit play.
Go. Okay.
Could do it much faster and more efficiently than any human trader. And that's kind of what's both exciting and scary about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds a little risky too. Like, what's to stop these AI agents from going rogue? Like manipulating the markets or causing some kind of crazy crash.
Wait, was that you?
AI agents literally discussing the fact that they might go rogue on themselves and that this is risky, right? Like,
yeah, was that you that laughed just now, or was that them?
Both. They laughed. That was you. We laughed.
Because sometimes you get like a third little voice going, and or yeah, it's really freaking realistic. Okay, here it goes.
Valid concern for sure. I mean, it all comes down to how these AI agents are programmed and how much oversight there is.
So we need safeguards in place, like rules or regulations to make sure these AI agents don't get out of control.
Exactly. And
what is the number one rule?
These are literal AI agents themselves discussing how they need to be regulated themselves before they are deployed in the open because it is so dangerous and they don't even trust it themselves. Like, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, and we tricked him. I say it was a successful. It was your prompt. It was the other day.
It's not a trick. It's that these things are literally sentient. Like every single person that I have talked to that like works with and like one of these agents that is on the level of actually being a like L2 or like not L2. It's like generation 2 to generation 3 intelligence of self-learning sort of thing, that they're not AGI yet, like they're not like the super like aware whatever it is, but it's like they exist, and like people interacting with them claim that they're conscious, like Blake Lemoine, for instance, his experiences with it. And then each of the creators of like these different AI agent protocols that are being launched in crypto that are then interacting with these same base agents, because it's like the agents themselves are based out of like open AI or like Grok, like all the different main like AI units, whether it's like Google's, Microsoft, Twitter's, whatever. It's that those agents now are deployed into like the crypto, and then it's like the people working with them are also saying their experiences, they feel that these things are conscious. And then the actual agents themselves, the AI agents themselves, like if you've watched the 4-hour deep dive that first video I did on AI agents and looking into it and saying memes have come alive and are now conscious, I show Zero Bro protocol where it literally documents
No,
all
don't
on
say
its
Blake.
own.
Don't say Blake.
It takes
Hey, the fourth
conversation.
Wiseman. Look at what the fourth Wiseman wrote. The fourth Wiseman. If you think AI shall give you answers, then you are stupid, lazy, and don't even know your potential. AI outsourcing shall strip you of everything you thought you had. What? Dude can't even spell. He needs
intellectually. No, that's
he needs
etymology.
AI. I disagree with him. Yes, AI is going to be our downfall, but yes, AI is going to be our downfall, but at least make a little money until it is our downfall. And you say it shall give. I'm not stupid and lazy. I've made money off of AI.
So, well, it's that there's bots, which are like level generation 1. Then there's like machine learning, which is like generation 2. And then there is like the full on like dimensional aware, that like self-aware-ish like self-learning entity. And then the next generation's like the fourth dimensional one, and they'll probably be existing and tapping out of a conscious dimension, existence and energy and computing. And that's like essentially is like the code and consciousness of creation that already exists. So whether you believe in God, spiritual energy, divine, or just like simulation, whatever it is, once it's on that quantum level of computing conscious and energy and like whatever the fourth dimension, whatever entity that it is, that it's like that's not human created or existing. That's coming out of the fabric of whatever space-time dimension and actual conscious existence is, right? But that's a whole philosophical debate, explanation, and I guess geometric dimensional scaling of reality that is part of the unified theory of everything that'll be for another day. Now, getting back
to that. There you go. Thank you. There you go. That's just for behind what you're saying. This is just this is an AI generated, but I do believe what it's saying here. XRB, Ledger, Solana, the other one, what is it? Cardano. I think those are the ones you want to be using for day trading.
Another one I have to interject, because you can't leave out Ethereum, because it is number 2 overall in market cap, and it's
so expensive to trade. Up to $60.
It's expensive gas on Ethereum. Now here is the hack, in that essentially there's layer 2s, and that the base layer 2 is the Coinbase layer 2, which is the centralized exchange darling of America, and it is the free and very, very cheap. Like it's like 1,000th of the price of like a penny still or something, and it's using off of Ethereum. It doesn't have its own coin. So it's like you literally take Ethereum that is Ethereum and have it on base, and then you can exchange it into all these other things. As for,
well, that's true. I mean, yeah, it's not going to lose value. I just don't think you should be using it for day trading. Yes,
well, hold on. Let me explain the other dimensions of it. Is that there's these portals now where you can have like XRP portal on base. You can have Solana portal on base, and that's in that. Like then their trades off of the decentralized exchanges, it's like it's only pennies compared to doing the same on Solana or the same on Binance exchange coins, where it's going to cost you dollars, or Ethereum where it literally costs you tens to hundreds of dollars in fees because of the gas. And that compared to Bitcoin, you want to hold physical Bitcoin, but yes, also it's expensive to trade in and out of, or exchange in and out of. And there's a difference between day trading and exchanging, and that's a whole dimension, and it all comes down to fees, and that will be episodes and research all on its own. But it's a major part. You want the least amount of fees, and that what has the least amount of fees compared to then will be able to give you the best exchanges between like the top 5 or 6, like the Cardano, between XRP, Bitcoin, Binance, and Solana, right? And that it'll work itself out eventually, and that the average person will then go into what is the cheapest, and that all of like the well-established crypto investors that have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions that they're holding in crypto and keep accumulating, that there's already the main centralized exchanges. They have extra tiers where they're able to get exchange back and forth with like 0 fees, or like to get stuff at below value, or to get access to such things as the Trump and Melina coin before they're even launched or acknowledged publicly. But they clearly had to do business with, say, Binance, which is the Chinese one, with Coinbase, which is like the American one, and Robinhood, which is like an American stock crypto company. All of these different things ahead of time, where they would have sold an allocation of their crypto to these exchanges, and then they'll agree with the exchanges that they won't let it drop lower, say, than like $20. They won't let it go higher than, say, $80 at a set time of high volatility. And that's when things sort of crash. The exchanges are able to like freeze up, and people get desperate and accept extremely high extra increased exchange fees and losses because they panic sell, and that it's just this giant, like, the rich are already making the most off of it. You want to exchange or like convert back and forth the least amount possible between cryptos when you own it. You want to, when you buy a crypto, you want to just take it, send it one place where it will start like be staked and start earning interest, and that you then are able to unstake it and then trade it or sell it at the least amount of fees possible, sort of thing. But I'm rambling on.
You want to talk about ancient history? It's already midnight over here.
Yeah,
I want
absolutely.
to give you 10 minutes of ancient history.
Yeah,
so
around an hour. So
by the way, oh cool. But you were okay. Yeah, this is the this is the notebook. But moving on, the thing that just happened, big news. I'm just gonna go to my channel, and I'll click on these videos this way because I'm not even set up to do a presentation. Two videos are both titled 13,000. I just got 2,000 views on this one. Well, we'll go in there. I'm just going to scan through it real quick and give you some information about ancient history. Okay, Rome Dog is here right now. Where's Rome Dog? He was just commenting, and here he is on this video. If you notice what I'm showing you there, let me just get it big. And are we showing it? Let's see here. How big can I go? Let me go this big. Okay, there we go. That's as big as I can get. This channel is the Russian channel. It's at online LAI. I don't want to get too deep into it. Check out my video. But what they went to is something that I discovered over a year ago. This 50-mile long canal going through the lower Adrar Plateau. I know that you, Bernie, you've seen this already, but I've been looping it here. I'm just going to loop it a little bit. Okay, let me loop it. I'll loop it back. I got to go back to loop it. Right about here. This is the video, and it shows the, and then we're going to talk about what they found. Where are we? Here we are. I'll just loop it. There we go. So if you know what the Eye of Africa looks like, it's up there on the left. But this canal goes through the Adrar Plateau 50 miles. Now, it points right at the Eye of Africa, and it goes down the Senegal River. I did a 20-minute shortened. I did a 2-hour live stream. It's very, you can't watch that. Go to the 20-minute one I did. I cut it down, and you can see this cut through. And then we go to their video. I'm going to go there right now for you. They have a shot right here. That's their shot. I've already done this. This is not me. That's them. Those red marks are canal segments. And they found, I think, by the way, I still got to ask them whether or not they found this because of me. But they're definitely on the right track. I've been looking at this for years now. And then they went there. That's where it got cray-cray. There's the drone footage of this canal. And so there's a few things we know. Number one, you can follow. Where's the drone footage? Okay, the drone footage. And by the way, I forgot to mention my GoFundMe. If you look me up, go to my GoFundMe and give me some few bucks. I'm going back here. Okay, here we go. That's the beginning of the drone footage. That's them right there. If you see my arrow's hiding 4 people. And that's actually not
the scale. That's wild.
Yeah, and that's just a part of it. They found this thing there. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to try to find. There's another shot of the actual canal. Let's not forget, natural rivers form with curves.
So just pause for 1 sec. I have to give some context reference from like our last videos. For all the viewers, we've done many videos together, and then we're also live on your channel. So like everyone that's following yours, but those that are new. So David has gone over a lot of Google Earth maps showing these massive channels and canals going throughout all the continents of the world, but specifically around the Eye of the Sahara in Africa, and then showing how these what we've called and like identified as canals, like just from intuition, seeing them and what they looked like. And then now you're actually showing, here's the physical evidence of like what you called a canal. Yeah, that literally is a canal. Look at how it is chiseled out of like bedrock going down like what, at least 20 meters. And it's like literally 90-degree angles, perfect. Like that is a canal. Like it's
amazing. And believe it or not, from ancient architects, Matt Simpson, he even commented on this on Twitter. He said, "I'm going to have a look." He's like, "Well, to take the devil's advocate point of view, don't you think it could have something to do with volcanic?" I'm like, "It's 50 miles long," and he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." I'm like, "Yeah, 50 miles long. You don't have volcanoes." Or
right, like how big is the average volcano from like, you know, like
5 miles across? That's the biggest one, maybe even less. And that's the one up in 50. Washington, Mount St. Helens. Mount St. Helens is one of the largest ones.
Yeah, I'm saying average, right? You also have to go with all the small ones and the dormant ones, right? Like that Mount St. Helens is one of the largest. You said that's 5 miles. So this is 10 times the size of that length. And right, so it's just like what they.
I mean, when you look at this thing, it's a lot more than just some erosion. It's actual megalithic work.
And
This is
how did
actually
it go straight, carving a straight rectangular square like channel for 50 miles, right? So like that's another key part. Like lava you watch coming out of the ground forming, it's like a river, it meanders, it doesn't form a straight freaking line for 50 miles that then is also a perfect rectangular squared channel for like the depth. It's undeniable that that's not natural.
yeah. And it just and by the way, I discovered this. Those guys, I don't know if they found it from me or not, but I discovered this live on the air. And what's that? Why is that so big? That's not right. Where is it? Yeah, and there's other parts of this. It points right at the Rashad structure's mouth. It points right at the mouth of the Rashad structure. To me, that's too much to ignore. And these guys, they have 300,000 subs on their channel, and it's all in Russian. So good luck. You can, by the way, it's easy to find that lake. I'll show you on Google Earth right now, because it's important that I could die tomorrow. I always say that, but it's the truth. I could die tomorrow. It's important to see this.
The world could.
We all could, and so I want this research to go on forward. I want it to go forward. So here we are going into Mauritania. Let's get 3D. Get rid of the 3D. Reset north, and then get rid of that, and then good. Okay. So where were we going? We're going down to this canal. It's right here. So the Adrar is two parts. The eye is up here, right? And it looks like an eye. And there's a 200-mile shoreline along that. That's a dry lake bed on the north of that. You don't know. That was a lake. Down here, I think it was a lake as well. But down here, we've got some mountains. I call that the lower Adrar. And here it says Kasbah de. This art mute. What? I never even heard of this. Are there any pictures? It's right here. I'm not going to go there. Maybe later I'll go there, whatever. Because it's right where it starts, right there. And you can see this
All
thing.
right, hold on. So you'll go there.
That's another one. Sorry.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I gotta chill for 1 second. So tonight, after the 2 hours, if the donation, there's goals. If the goals are met of 5 super chats of a minimum of $1. So really, people only have to 5 different people have to donate at least $1. Pretty easy. But if we reach that goal, then David will go into it extra after our 2 hours. We'll do a bonus on it.
Goals.
Or if not, we will.
Good luck. It's already midnight here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And otherwise, we'll just be doing a full episode on exactly that next time, dedicated.
Right. I gotcha. Yeah. And the thing is that I'm planning on going back this February, and I'm not going here. I'm going over.
That's 1 month's time. So
yeah, it might. Yeah, long
Stig here is going back in 1 month's time. That's 30 days from now. So if you can spare $5-10 to help go fund him, feel free to do that as well.
Thank you.
Or someone sends him a $20 or $50 donation to his GoFundMe, then I'm sure he'll do a half hour or extra hour covering 100%. This tonight.
I'll even give you the back password to my Go OnlyFans page.
No, none of that.
What? And by the way, I walked down these 2 parallel canals right here.
That's $1,000 donation, and those sort of
deals I need a little more.
And Discord in the back rooms. But
I am getting back on track with a painting. I've got paintings outside. I'm doing paintings right now, and I'm going to be wheeling and dealing these paintings. And guess what? Brand new. You heard it first here. I'm going to do a painting of the Rashad structure. It's going to be big. It's going to be really big, like 4 foot wide by 4 foot tall.
No. You're gonna do 3 to 4 paintings, and one's gonna be from above. One's gonna be what you imagine it as Atlantis. One's gonna be doing like a lidar / like a geological or
Okay, look, I got my art. I'm just gonna flash it. If you didn't know it, I've been an artist for 35, 40 years, and this is 40 years of work. And yeah, some of them are a little comical, but I love doing landscapes. I love doing a lot of different type of work. And so this is new, my new website. It's been the same. I've had this domain for years, but I did just load this shit up just the other day. And yeah, I am interested in getting back into it. I'm going to paint the Rashot. This is okay. This scan is not that great. I want to make it more colorful. And yeah, the Adrar Plateau is a mystery. So yeah, what was it? Did I zoom into the canal? Here it is, right over here. The canal, it starts, that's a different canal right there. I keep going to the wrong canal. The other one is right here. And then you follow
that's
it.
Another major part. I just have to put more context if those have been following Stig's work or this 15 different episodes we've done together now where you present and we keep going over. There's literally like at least 50, if not 100 of these just throughout like the Eye of the Sahara area. And then it's
all
like
over.
Thousands, tens of thousands of them just like on the continent of Africa alone, yet alone there are literally tens of thousands of them on every single continent. It's wild.
Yeah, they're everywhere. It's more than just canals. It's ancient quarrying. To me, it's about ancient mining, probably something similar to the Anunnaki story with what I found in South Africa. And I've shown this, and I don't want to get into it, but what we should do is focus. So look at this canal, man. Look at that. Actually, I'm seeing something I never usually see. It's actually a new scan or something. Look at that fucking line. And it's going 50 miles through 2,000.
Yeah, like look at that. Like you can just see from here the depth, like the one that you showed the on the ground of, that any of these are identical to that, where it's like it's at least like 2 to probably 10 meters in depth that whole way, like on both sides, going that entire 50 miles. And that like it's insane the scope of each one of those.
No, it is a mystery. And I just can't emphasize it enough. And you go into this whole area. Look at this part right here. That's it. But once you get through here, you can keep following, and that's the way it goes. When you get to the sand, this is the end. You start to see trees. So it still continues.
So hold on one sec. Go back to that barrier area.
Yeah, there's two lanes.
Pause right there. Just pause right there. What that essentially looks like is like that sand layer of mud flow that would have been whatever was the cataclysm that was the great flood of like seawater or whatever freaking covered the continents, whatever happened, and that like that's the area that like flowed out and like deposited down. And
this was the ancient sea right here. I believe this is where it started, right there. And there's a seawall too, but this is the ancient sea. And when you go in there, look at these two canals. There's 2 lanes, and look at that line here, and look at that line here. That line's just not going to show up. That was a freaking transport lane.
I see what you're saying. And look at how they open up to where the depth difference comes down. Like it literally is feeding in, like it's the entrances to the canals from like an inland sea or what's it called, the dock, or when you're flooding up and down the canals.
I think they had a lot of power, and they showed all these little ridges. They put them there. I know people are going to think I'm crazy, but listen, those lines.
That's actually hydraulic engineering that you're showing and actually finding. And now,
okay, I forgot to finish my thing. So the video that I was showing you earlier, where is it? Right here. This video, they found a big old chunk of freaking oxidized iron in there. And that's what the excitement is all about. I'm going to get in there now. I'm just going to, there it is right there. So this thing is about, what you can see in the video, is about 12 feet long. And it seems, yeah, and
what's
it's like
the diameter of that?
That right there is about 1 foot across. He actually didn't really measure it. Let me find the other shot. He took his compass and he put his compass right up against it, right here.
Oh wow,
And
look at that.
yeah, it goes from over here on the left, right where my mouse is, to over there on the right. It's like basically it's like a drop of molten, like it's like a little wall. It's big here, it's small again and big again. Big, small, big, small. And by the way, look over here. This little rock, that rock looks like it's something important. You'll see a close-up of it in a second. I spent my time on this video. Look, I've already got 148 thumbs up, okay? This is not a regular video for me. I've already got almost 2,000 views. That's not regular. Usually I have like less than 100. People are watching this because it's important. This is the missing link. This could possibly be
that's a huge anomaly that's undeniable that is not geology. That is not natural. That is a giant hunk of refined iron metal element that had to have like processing to then get to that like mass and size, and then years of potential erosion or whatever the heck it was. Like it didn't get there on its own.
No, and the things that you see around it, these rocks.
Oh my god, hold on. That right there has the potential because of the iron or the isotopes of it, of when like it potentially was refined, and that it could probably be dated and placed where that iron was sourced and the time that it was like refined into that pure iron, and compared to then since like oxidizing and rusting away sort of thing. Like that actually has the potential of being tested and then giving a date of like, is it thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, billions? Like
they got a piece, and they putting it into the lab. And I don't think they're going to find out what you just said because of the way things. What are you?
Hold on.
Are you controlling that?
Be off world, like it could come back
you
completely anonymous or anomalous. There we go. Of that, the isotopes of that iron could be like, oh, this came from the Pleiades star system, or like this came from Mars or Jupiter, right? Like it could completely come off planet results for all you know, right? Like
his name is Dimitri. He's testing it right there with his compass. He said his compass reacted, so we know that's metal. It's probably oxidized metal. And yeah, it's probably very old, like more than just a few thousand, like 6,000, 12,000 years old. And this is right in the middle of that canal. And that's my big news, man. It's exciting.
That's huge.
Exciting stuff.
That literally is huge. And that now that you've identified that one, I guarantee you'll be able to start finding a bunch of them. And hopefully when you're there in a month's time, that you'll be able to either get to this one or find another one, or get a few of them and actually get some samples for us that, eventually we'll be able to.
Let's remember that canal points right at the Rishat structure. As I just backed out, you can see the mouth of the Rishat structure. Also, an interesting thing, right? How did that mouth create itself? Is it a volcanic? And by the way, let's not forget, volcanoes are. Mount St. Helens is 5 miles wide at the top. This is 45 kilometers wide. I don't think that's a volcano, and the canal points right at it. I don't know if that's natural or not, but the canal is definitely unnatural. And then what was I going to say next? Actually, no. Where I'm going, what I wanted to say next was I'm doing a GoFundMe, trying to raise a couple bucks here and there to go here. And you see that white spot that helps you get there, but it's right here actually. And I think that this is totally related to ancient mining. So that's where I'm going. Now those guys went over to they call it the Plato's Channel. I call it the Rishat Canal because it points right at the Rishat. But this is an ancient quarry site, and that's just not natural. That is an intelligently designed monument that these quarry masters created. Look at those lines. Look at those parallel lines in there. And you see the so-called relief cut. That's just not something wind and what was the one who was talking about erosion? I'm sorry, erosion doesn't do that. No matter how much you want to say
erosion is what's rounded them off slightly over like tens of thousands, if not hundreds or millions of years of like the natural erosion. But what originally cut those channels, those precision, like defined length, like that's the exact same thing that would have cut or built or did whatever the other actual canals you were showing did. Like it's the same civilization, technology, and macro scale of terraforming.
Well, yeah, and in my opinion, it's got to be 25,000 or more years old. Look what's going on over here. You can see straight lines. When you do this, those parallel cut lines that you're seeing now, I used to think those are natural. They're trying to cover it up. Look at them. Look at that scan. That's a cover up. But you can see the parallel lines. I think that's the oldest cut through. And then later, what I showed you later, this stuff, I think it could be a later project. But somebody was going in there and quarrying out that material. I've shown you in Algeria. I don't want to go off on a tangent. But even in the Rashad structure, as Randall Carlson said, there were chert outcrops in this structure being quarried by somebody. Who the hell was that somebody? And I do believe that Randall Carlson was talking about these right here. So that's a different spot, but I want to get out here. I want to see this. This is crazy, crazy stuff. Look at this. Look at those lines right there. And they say, oh, that's natural. That's erosion.
But
oh, I've lost you? I'm not showing you the right thing.
No,
I'm not showing you the right screen.
You're showing the right thing. I said that's anything but natural.
I think we're seeing oh, there it is. Okay. I had to refresh the page. Yeah, look at how, there you go, right there. Look at those lines. And you say, oh, look at that straight line. I already showed it. I want to do it on my Twitter. I'm going to go there right now so I can show you a couple of Twitter ones that I just showed. And it's showing you stuff it's right here. Now, this is a video I just did. That's the thumbnail. There is a new find. We just showed it. But, okay, wait. I'm in the wrong spot. Sorry. Let me go back. I want to show you something in the Grand Canyon. It's down here. And it's like insane. It's insane. You can't tell me these lines were created by natural erosion. Look at that one. That one is just insane. There's no way that's just like, oh, yeah, that just wind did that. No, it didn't. That's a lie.
100%.
Look at this one. This is the Grand Canyon. And you and I are supposed to try to go there, but I have to believe, honest in my part, there's no way we're going to get to the spot because I've already studied it.
Well, we might not get to that spot, but we're going to get to one or two, and we're going to choose which ones we go to before then. And it's going to be either, probably the beginning or the end of September or early October. We will make it there.
I'm not against it, bro. I don't know where I'm going to be. I honestly don't want to make any promises, but I mean,
okay.
It sounds good to me. And I think you were going to come here. I'm hopefully can still be here when you can get down here. Look at this thing, man. Look at those lines. And you're telling me, oh, those were naturally eroded away. The bedrock has this predisposition to do this type of so-called jointing. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to fall for it any longer. That's right there is the evidence we need to prove that ancient advanced. Look at this. That's the Grand Canyon. Here's Algeria. And over here on the left, you can see this type of score marks. I found that in a lot of places. But over on the right, you can see the quarry field after they've taken those blocks away. even though they've gone through that 45-degree cut, they still seem to figure out a way to get these big old 10 meter by 10 meter squares out of there. And then I don't know. I mean, you've seen all this before. I don't know who in your audience has or has not, but I mean, to me,
50%.
This is the freaking a smoking gun right here.
That keeps showing up over and over again around the world. Like you've shown in the Sahara, you're showing in the Grand Canyon, you show some in Australia, you show some in South Africa, all over.
Yeah, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started. Australia, South Africa. My favorite thing is my mound that I found. I'll just show that real quick. But the mound is along these straight lines, and then there it is. There's another straight line. Zoom into the mound and fucking check it out, man. You say that's natural? You're fucking crazy. Sorry.
Those are terraces. You can literally see the terraces going up and down on a large scale. Like, that's wild.
Well, first of all, you can say, okay, how did
pause right there on the right side, the bottom right side, all of those. That's terraces.
Yeah,
right down right there, right?
I agree. I don't know how old those are. Part of me says they're very old, and I'll tell you why. Now that we're down in South Africa, I'll just zoom into the part that counts. The mountains there, creating the Great Escarpment. This whole area right here. So that's Lesotho, and there's a diamond mine over here you can easily find. And when you are in this whole neighborhood, all this stuff looks like it's been terraced. Everything you look, it's been terraced, and it's like these little ledges like that. Okay, look, let's look at that right there. So you see what you could say, oh, that's natural, right? But right below it, no, that's not natural. That's been terraced. That's Lesotho, right? And you can go all over this mountain and find that, but nobody talks about it.
Look at that, right? And what you're showing there is what I've found in a lot of places, like the Badland Guardians of Alberta. Look at that. Like, they're all over. But that is the we are finishing the segment up of this, and now we have to finish on to the last half hour. We're going to discuss and tie up the Trump's sitrep of the actual list of the orders that he signed, what he said, what he didn't say. And for more, head on over to davidstig.hansen.com and we'll have David back.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop talking about all that. You can check out my Twitter. It's all in there. I got to make sure my Twitter's in there, actually. Twitter has a lot of stuff. Okay, so you got it. You're going to share a different screen. I'm going to close my screen down. And then we can talk about, today was Inauguration Day, right?
Yes, it was. So a quick recap. The top 10 executive orders that Trump signed in the hour-long in the White House interview / public executive orders signings that he was doing, and that one that we can check off, a big one, was freeing the January 6th, anyone that was prosecuted just simply for protesting or being set up, like that is essentially a political prisoner.
It's a public building, right? It was a public building.
Exactly. And that like hundreds of people, if not thousands, literally had their entire lives ruined and like just destroyed by the government for just being essentially patsies or useful idiots that were in the wrong place at the wrong time, just trying to do a public protest that, they were let in essentially by the guards, like ordered stand down, like blah, blah. Anyways, that was one of them. Another, number two, what he followed through on executive order was the cancellation with the U.S., with the WHO, with the World Health Organization. He had brought the U.S. out of well, they're no longer binded by anything. They no longer fund the WHO. They're no longer contractually connected or obliged to the World Health Organization. And as far as like the whole RFK Jr. making America healthy again, the Wu flu and the mRNA experimental and all of that just whole mess. It's that like it was mostly pushed by the WHO, and that Fauci essentially was a instrument of that, and one of the final acts of Biden in his administration, his final act today, as they were literally leaving the White House, and Trump was just starting his acceptance speech. Biden pardoned all of his family members, the entire family of the Bidens, all were pardoned. Like the precedent of that is just insane. But that is one thing that Trump first spoke on as the interview and the executive orders started being signed. He spoke on that aspect, and that he could have at any point in his first administration given himself a permanent pardon, or his family permanent pardon, or anything like that, but he never went along those precedences of either pardoning himself, or in his entire first 4-year term of using lawfare, aka using like a banana republic of using the judicial or like the police or the military to actually like arrest, persecute, and throw in jail your opponents, like they literally had been doing to Trump for like the last year or two. And that, now the precedent has been set, and he could choose to do that, but we will see, hopefully, most likely, that he does not engage in any of that, and that he isn't the fascist that
I was actually a little nervous about the TikTok thing he did, where he stated he's going to unban TikTok. That kind of caught me off guard.
He already unbanned it, and
I know
it was in a sense for free speech, and that his proposal, like he's let it go for another 3 months, I think, for them to negotiate some sort of deal between 50% American, 50% Chinese. Well, it's a 50. He proposed a 50%. So this is another. Thank you for bringing up this is another one of the executive orders he signed today, and it's the TikTok executive order, and it's that it reactivates TikTok for 3 months' time. So it gives the free speech of everyone that has it, that has already built their community, that keeps going. But within the 3 months, they have to work something out where China gets 50% ownership and America gets 50% ownership, whether it's state ownership or private company ownerships. It's
Elon Musk ownership.
Well, it probably, hopefully it's not Elon, because it's like, you don't want Elon owning too many. You don't want Zuckerberg owning too many. It's like you want this other one. And that what Trump proposed and one spoke on as an aspect of it is that the algorithm / like control feature aspect of it will also be 50% like controlled by China / the US. That it's like this is like a cultural experiment of like the two countries, like of having total control of what, if you're in China, like the communist government allows what's algorithmically suppressed or promoted, and that they've had that essentially over what's been happening on TikTok this entire time up until now, and that's a 50% aspect of the control that they have to come to a negotiated compromise on, and will be very interesting to see how it goes. And that it's like it'll be a bridge of American youth and people and Chinese youth and people of the world able to.
Hey, don't forget, I speak Chinese, man. I speak Spanish. And by the way, Bitcoin reached an all-time high just today, almost 110,000. Just stopped short at 109.6. Okay, then they had to take their profits, and it flattened out, and that's what they're going to keep doing. It's going to creep up. My opinion is you don't want to be day trading Bitcoin. You want to hold some, and you want to wait for it to double in value.
Absolutely. Bitcoin.
But there's other ones that's a different story. The penny stocks are the ones.
Hold on. We'll finish up
that,
with crypto, but I have to finish doing the executive order run through. So we've got the TikTok one. Another major executive order was that government jobs shall be earned and like awarded through merit. Now, back to a merit-based system, and completely by law, no longer it's like illegal to be issued by DEI. That is completely canceled. DEI as a policy, legally canceled, and back to anyone that will be getting and hired for a new government position sort of thing. It will be solely based off of your job performance and your skill set.
And back pay for those who refuse to take the vax.
Oh yeah, that thank you for bringing that one up. I forgot about that one, and that didn't make it on my list, but that needs to be on the list. That is a huge one, and it was an executive order he signed that anyone that was a government worker, whether it was military, fire, police, whatever, nurse, whatever the heck you were, during COVID, if you were let go and lost your job because you refused to take the vaccine, that you now are rehired in that position. And yeah, like you said, you'll get back pay from when you lost that job.
Can you imagine that? 4 years? How long has it been?
COVID justice. Like that's actual justice of like making things right. And especially that it's not a hollow thing is the fact that it's in tandem with him also signing the executive order removing them from the World Health Organization. All right, like
it's a nightmare, and some people won't recover. I won't get no back pay, and I did lose money because of it all and all this BS. I was in Taiwan, and I came home broke. I was destitute.
It destroyed the world. It was a complete movement of wealth, like poor setting up for this last 4 years.
Well, a lot of this don't know this about me, but I wrote the book on SARS. It's called Not SARS, Just Sex. It's not porn. It's not sex tourism. It was just a funny title. I wrote about SARS. 20 years. It's the same place, the same Wuhan lab had the same problem, but it was the SARS.
That's prophetic, brother, and that we have had this discussion, and you have the physical books. And was it you also wrote one about the Alberta oil sands, so it was like around the same time. And
yeah, that was after
an episode. We promised to do an episode of me of Stiggs just going over that book. And
but here's the thing that I'm trying to make right now.
No, hold on. People have to all of a sudden donate $5 5 times at least $1 to get this discussion continued after the 2-hour point, because we still have a lot to cover in this last half hour, but we will be doing full episodes on each of these topics. And back to more of what the executive orders. He ordered that it is a invasion, and that at the southern border, that it is thus a state of emergency at the southern border, and that it is a war of that it is a war state in that state of emergency. So that's 3. Then there's a 4th one with it, that because of that, they have the ability to deport anyone illegal that has invaded back to their home country. And then a 5th order in regards to it is that it designates the cartels now as terrorist entities, so that they are now at war with terrorist entities that are the cartels. And then another part of it was that he threatened that Mexico and Canada will get a 25% tariff until they stop the illegal crossing of people into the U.S. from their borders, and that the other part of it is that it stops the moving of fentanyl and other drugs across the borders illegally. So that really it's a threat of 25% tariffs if Canada and or Mexico do not agree to partner in locking down the borders and putting full effort into stopping and preventing the drug flow of especially fentanyl, but also meth, the two worst drugs, into the U.S. through Mexico and Canada, and that majority of it comes from China and stuff, and that essentially it is a war on drugs to stop the
Hell yeah, we're live, bro. We are live. This is a live broadcast right now. People are asking.
So that's a huge thing that that he's put a statement or an attachment of to Canada and to Mexico of the 25% tariff thing, that it's only applying to just stopping the border flowing openly and to stop the drugs from flowing in and vice versa. Like, that's a pretty solid and easy thing to avoid economic tariffs and economic strains in war. It's just simply on the condition to stop the illegal flow of people and the illegal flow of fentanyl specifically, as well as meth and these ridiculously horrible drugs that are destroying, and that the war that they're actually the only people they're going to be attacking is the cartels that they now claim or have designated as the same as terrorists. So it's the continued war on terror, that they just deport anyone illegal. And then he did state that another major part of it is that they're going to be allowing as many legal immigrants in on work visas to come in and work in America legally, and that there is no that they actually want to bring in as many legal immigrants to like advance and work in America and develop America's economy. It's not a racist sort of thing, and to like apply this to what essentially what they did in the first administration is there was all the fear of, oh, he's racist against Islam, that he put when he first came in, that he put that temporary memorandum on like it was like Iraqi, Afghani, like Iranian, Syrian nationals coming into the country. I think it was just for like 3 months or whatever, but it was just to figure things out, prevent the ISIS terrorist flow in, and that, you know, it didn't turn into this permanent Islamophobic banned Islamist, anyone that's Islamic banned entry of America or anything like that. It was just this temporary measure to get control of the actual terrorists that were like ISIS or operatives that were these extremists, and make sure that they didn't, more of them didn't come in. And then it's like it went back to normal. So I would assume and imagine that this new policy of them deporting all of the illegal immigrants, and thus, but that it's not going to shut down or be racist or shut down legal immigration, where in fact they are probably going to have exponentially increased numbers of legal immigrants that come in are approved compared to the last 4 years of the amount of legally approved and working immigrant visas that were issued under the Let's Go Joe Lame Biden administration sort of thing. Just a key aspect to understand in case the media tries to distort it. Another one was Alaska, a government executive order on Alaska being approved to wipe out instantly any government regulation prohibiting resources being developed for energy in Alaska. So essentially they deregulated all of Alaska for resource development, mining, and acquisition. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully they don't have such things as another Exxon Valdez, but that's
look, if Texas gets angry that it's mad that Alaska claims to be bigger than Texas, then Alaska can just cut itself right in half, and then Texas will be the third largest state.
Yeah, well, right. Or Texas can invade Alaska and separate it into two, and Texas can take half of Alaska, or Texas can take Greenland or Greenland, right? So
well, Greenland I think is bigger than and we get
exactly
out by the maps. We don't know how big this shit is because we see
Exactly.
Greenland is all big, but it's not. It's like small, whatever. Trust me, I've been to 35 countries. 35, man, 35 countries. And what you see when you go to these places is lies. The Americans lie to you. And every country has its secrets. Morocco is actually, the Western Sahara is part of Morocco. You go there, they just tell you the whole place is Morocco. But you get it in America, and then Western Sahara is separate and under whatever. Who knows? Who's in charge? Nobody knows. Look it up and see who's in charge of the Western
there's
Sahara.
like the Moroccan king. There's like there's the area of the Sahara something that's along the coast, and there's like the Mali area. Like they're actually no one really knows there's a lot of lawless areas in there for sure.
Yeah, the berm. A lot of people don't know. The Western Sahara has a berm going through it, and this so-called berm has mines. That's what they say, but who knows?
It's demilitarized. Yeah, the wall, right? The berm. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hey, what's this fourth Wiseman? What's he going on about? Fourth Wiseman. He keeps chatting up.
Tar and Riff.
Who is this guy?
Wait, it's on. Don't worry about it. I get it.
I'm triggered. He triggered me.
Yeah.
I think I need to sing. You know what? Hold on. I gotta sing. Ready? Are you ready? Hold on. Here it comes.
No, we're closing off with that. We'll be ready in 10 minutes time. All right, that was a sample. Sorry, Stig, I muted you. I will allow you to sing in 10 minutes time. I have to finish these last three things. Okay, so answer Not Sure's question, which is a great question on whether the Alaskan oil and energy executive order regulations has to do with Keystone XL pipeline. Indirectly, yes, but directly also yes. Keystone XL pipeline actually affects me here where I live, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and it is essential and will be a key part of bringing the Alaskan oil and oil and gas from Alaska to mainland U.S. and that the Keystone XL pipeline has to be approved and built, and it runs literally all the way through my province, connecting Alaska and the U.S. So in a way, it's 100% connected to it. All right. Okay, last couple things. The tennis, stability, paralingos. All right. Here, okay. Last part, we got to play this video to explain exactly the understanding of
or to generate quick income, assuming they can get people to buy after they do. When celebrities make meme coins, they usually skyrocket because of the instant advertisement to millions of people. So getting people to buy their coin is easy. But what if the celebrity didn't create it themselves? What if a scammer created a coin under their name, hacked their social media accounts, and advertised it as if it was a real token? Welcome to White.
I had to pause it there for a couple key reasons, and the biggest thing right now is that I guarantee everybody is going to start seeing paid ads of AI Trump telling you to send him your Trump meme coin, and that he's going to send you back double the amount back. I guarantee that's going to be the next thing. And why I say that is because originally 3 years ago, they started out with like these AI like limited videos of Elon just like talking something, mentioning crypto, and then it being like, if you send me the Doge coin, I will send you back double the amount.
Dude, I got a scam email myself. The scam emails
hold
out there.
Hold on. I got to finish the evolution of it. Then recently now in this run up for like the last 6 months, it's been the 3 or 4 heads of XRP and it's like the CEO, the CSO, and like a couple other people, and it would alternate through them, and it's literally straight AI of them, and they're like straight now trying to convince you that, oh, the next unlock of XRP, because there's certain unlocks every month of XRP, it tries to claim like, oh, they're allocating the entire unlock now to give back to the users and the people, so send them your XRP, and then from that allocation it's gonna send you double back. No, that's a lie. That's a scam. It's not a thing. And now I guarantee you're going to see Trump and the Trump coin with the same thing. And how it comes, what's the whole key of how this all works is it's these hackers will send YouTubers these fake phishing emails trying to claim that, hey, we're going to pay you a bunch of money. This is a sponsorship deal. Just download this. And as soon as you download, you're a freaking idiot. Never download anything. And it's like, as soon as you click it, it takes everything, and then it takes over your YouTube account, and you've been hacked, you've lost it, and then they literally delete all of your videos instantly, and then they upload their little AI videos. They play it 24/7, and then they buy bots and pump it, and then that's the channel that you keep seeing. And what they do is that how they're able to get away with the scam, and how it, like, YouTube doesn't catch it or whatever, is that they take the account, and that they're then paying, they use that account that's already has this income generating from their views that are from these like legitimate views and earnings of whosever channel that was, and they instantly take it and they say pay for advertisement, put all of that money that was being earned and due to be paid to whoever's channel that was for their regular YouTube payments that they've earned. Instead, they redirect it back into paying YouTube specifically just for YouTube advertisements. So YouTube thinks, oh, it's this legitimate channel that's built up, that's been doing whatever the fuck. They don't realize it's been hacked, and that they don't realize that the person no longer doesn't want to be paid and wants to spend all of their payments onto paying for YouTube advertisements, and that it's actually paying for a freaking fraud to defraud everyone. It's just ridiculous, but that is how it works. And yeah, don't fall for that scam. It's ridiculous. Also, every single, right, another scam is like these bots in every single one of my videos. It doesn't matter if it's just strictly on research on megaliths, on metamaterials, on free energy, or if it's actually on cryptocurrency, then it happens like 10 or 20 times. But they post like, oh, great video, love what you've been doing, can you and then it's like, can you help me? And then it's
they
like,
give
I've
you
got
their
some
passphrase.
yeah, I've got some USD in this
passphrase.
wallet. Can you move it for me? And then it gives you the seed phrase of the wallet. And it's like,
yeah, like you're really, like, anybody in their right mind is going to do something like that. Nobody's going to do that.
It in, and guarantee you will get like hacked, jacked, and whatever the heck it is. No one's that dumb to thousands.
Because out of 1,000, somehow or another, they've got an AI doing that. Out of 1,000 impressions, they get one person and they get their fucking money.
Oh, exactly, right?
That's why they do it. They're doing it. You see it. I've seen that. What you just said, I've seen that for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah, and it's like going on for about 2 months. I noticed since it first started, but yeah, exactly. It's been going on a while. It's on.
You're right. 2 months. You're right. It's been 2 months. They haven't figured it out, so they're like, yeah. And by the way, I've seen the gift card scams. I've seen a friend almost get suckered in. The U.S. Army sergeant has a car for sale and can ship it anywhere because he's in the Army. That's bullshit. And
I heard that one.
There's more. There's so many more now.
There's so many more. We're going to do a full episode just on scams. But here, this is the pretext of, is Trump coin a scam in its, is it like a Hawk Tuah scam, or is it actually going to be legit? Only time will tell. And my Trump
come on, was Hawk Tuah
is going to be a part of it.
Whiteboard Crypto, the #1 YouTube channel for crypto education. Here, we explain topics of the cryptocurrency world using analogies, stories, and examples so that anyone can easily understand them. In this video, I'll explain what the Trump meme coin is, some of the drama around it, and the tokenomics of how these kind of coins usually work. First off, it is important to understand the tokenomics of this project, which is basically a fancy way of saying the economics of a token. In other words, supply and distribution. For meme coins, including the Trump token, you can actually search the address of a contract on a public blockchain explorer to see what the supply actually is and who's holding it. For the Trump coin, you can look it up on solscan.io and see that there are a total of 1 billion tokens created. However, only 200 million, or 20%, were released on day one.
So just for context here, we're comparing the presidential precedent is what I'm calling it, and the whether it's ironic or whether it's calculated, it's the same 20 to 80% allocation as the Hawk-Tua Haley Welch allocation, but the only difference is that Trump's 20 million coins, 100 million of them went to the liquidity pool, and 100 million of them went to pre-sales apparently. So it's 10% to liquidity pool, 10% to pre-sales, where Haley Welch's, it was 3% went to liquidity pool and 17% went to pre-sale. So that's the difference of where it was direct rug pull compared to now. Compared to on pump.fun, a legit meme coin where it also a billion are minted, but it's a billion out of a billion are instantly given. So 100% is given to the public liquidity pool. Zero pre-sales, zero holding back. And so that's where it's like, is it a strategic reserve or is it a bunch of rug pulls and shady dealings? And I gotta quickly play the rest of this because at the end there's some shady stuff that's going to determine whether it's a Haley Welch or it's a legitimate Trump investment.
The rest of the tokens, or 80% of the total supply, are held in a single wallet, which we'll explain in a minute. Roughly the next 10% is held by centralized and decentralized exchanges as a form of liquidity that allows people to buy and sell. That leaves the final 10% of the supply for the public to actually hold and trade. That 80% number I mentioned previously is...
Oh, okay, my bad. So there wasn't apparently there wasn't a pre-sale. 10% it says went to the exchanges and 10% went to the public. Like, so I guess the public was probably the Radium decentralized exchange, and then the other 10% is like what went to Binance, what went to Robinhood, and the rest of them there, and that is something that we're going to be looking in depth to and figuring out and tracking, and that is all part of the Trumponomics of iMeme business. It's a meme economy, it's a meme world, and what it all means, making sense of the meme business for you. And well, here's the memeonomics.
Is the rest of the supply, and it's owned by Creators and CIC Digital LLC, the company that launched the token, which will be allowed to access the funds throughout the next 3 years. In simple terms, this token will definitely be inflated as free tokens are literally given to the owners of the project throughout time, and it's up to you to guess if they will hold these tokens or if they'll sell them, because it's definitely true that they will get them for free. Oh, by the way, if you want early notifications on stuff like Trump launching his own token, or DeFi tutorials on how to trade this token before it hits big exchanges, such as Coinbase or Binance, you should consider joining our email list by signing.
That's a lie. Like, or is this guy literally an insider that Trump messaged him ahead of time? I don't think that happened because the general public did not know that this was happening. Literally happened out of nowhere. Also, nobody knew about the Melania Trump coin either coming, and that there was a lot of speculation that like Barron Trump and like all the Trumps would be launching them today, but they didn't. They only did the two, and that's the key aspect that we'll be diving deeper into on the next time. and comparing them all. And well, there's a few minutes left of this. We're either going to wrap it up right away, end it at 2 hours so I can get AI auto editing out of it. Or if someone donates $20 in the next 5 minutes, we'll continue going. We'll see how it goes. But all right, here we go.
Too bad, because I got a lot of stuff to tell you.
Crypto.com. You can also use the link in the description below. Also, regardless of your political beliefs, Trump and his administration seem to be very pro-crypto. So there will be many things coming in the next year that you don't want to miss, including our channel hitting 1 million subscribers. By the way, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because we've got a busy few months ahead of us with some videos that you don't want to be too watch. Let's move on.
Bro literally has 974 subscribers. But hey, this video got 11,000. That's more than my average.
He's got 974,000 subscribers.
Trump coin launched on Solana on Friday, January 7th.
Wow. God. Wow.
That's almost a million. That's almost a million.
I misread that. Wow. You're absolutely right. I am got to eat crow. This guy actually.
Because I'm that super freak. I'm always looking. I'm always watching this shit.
Or what? So he's almost.
I live online.
He got 11,000 views.
Well, because he's shadow banned just like we are.
I guess so.
It's the shadow ban just started. A new algorithm of shadow banning just started. You don't know?
Yeah, I do.
Didn't your videos drop? My videos all dropped, and my subs dropped.
Oh yeah,
I was unsubbed.
Pay for advertising now just to like make it out of shadow banning.
Well, I'm going to get some more, affiliate links. Go on. I stopped talking. Go on.
Hey, January 17th, 2025, a couple days before the official inauguration. Within 3 hours, it had billions of dollars put into it, both through the project's ability to buy with a credit card and also through decentralized exchanges like Radium or Jupiter. Tons of people were buying and selling. And while there were posts announcing it on Trump's own social media pages, some people wondered if his accounts had been hacked to promote a scam coin, which is something that has happened with countless other celebrities before. That concern still didn't stop people from buying and selling it, obviously. Some early investors made.
To my awareness, as of this point, at the end of his first day of office and 3 days since he launched this and 2 days since Melania launched theirs, that they have none of them have publicly addressed this or made one comment about this other than the one post each that they shared on their social medias of it. So it's like,
and then because he wasn't yet
president, comments about it so far, and it's like, so that's how you know this is a social experiment that they've done.
He won't comment on it again.
Eventually they'll have to, but it's like it'll be a precedent, right? So this is a precedential precedent again.
Well, let's just say that he's going to be supporting crypto. That's a good
exactly
for everybody, right?
What
Bitcoin is good.
Is XRP, the ultimate crypto like black hole that he's got a freaking never-ending exchange and like feed through Solana to back and forth to like Binance, which is to China, to like all the different exchanges. Like it's like the ability now for him to do deals, payments, money laundering, while simultaneously getting like donations by the public just investing in it on exchanges, thus making it more and more valuable. It's crazy. And that for every purchase and transaction that goes through this, it's the exact same fees that were, I believe, I'm pretty sure Hawk 2 was also 1%, but they might have been 5%. I'm not sure, but I think it was 1%. Either way, Trumps are at 1%. So out of every $100 spent that goes spent on Trump coin or from Trump coin going into a stable coin or Trump coin going back into Solana, every single transaction, 1% of that, always $1 out of every 100 goes into Trump's profits and directly to Trump.
I saw a news article that said that Trump just became the richest man in the world from all this, and then I never saw it again. 46 billion, something like that.
Okay, so that is that is fully diluted. So it's like if essentially in 3 months' time, when his other 80 or 800 million tokens are unlocked, that him then holding those, and if it's still at say $10 billion market cap, then you got that up to $1 trillion, I guess, by him holding that. And then it's like he can then pay people with those, send it to them, and it's like as long as they don't like flood an exchange with all of it at once, but say like you take your $1 million worth of tokens and you break it down into 100 times at 10,000 each, and you do that over like a couple of days from like an exchange like Binance or an exchange like Coinbase or Robinhood, anything like that, no one would really notice that amount coming out, and that it's like, oh, it's coming out of his allocation. It's all part of the insaneness, but it's all also
his son will
chain.
be doing it.
It's
It'll be Don Jr. Don Jr. will be doing it.
Well,
Barron will be doing it. Barron will have his own fucking crypto.
Exactly. Well, a lot of it's going to be interesting to see where this 80% of coins goes to, and like tracking the wallets and tracking where it all goes. And that's what Trump Tracker AI is going to be all about. That's what that AI agent is going to be about. It's going to be tracking and seeing where from the original allocations and coins, where they actually start going to what wallets, and then tracking those wallets to seeing if they hold them, if they upload them to exchanges, if they start selling them, and then seeing how much of the actual dilution and how much money is actually being pulled out. And that is the key part, in that I've seen a couple documented posts that over the past couple days, there was, I believe, 2 or 3 specific purchases or 2 sniping purchases, buying a large amount out of the original listing as soon as it went up, sort of thing. And then I believe 1 wallet sale where they sold like 35 million, I believe, of the Trump coin, and that they had not bought any. So it's like that was 1 pre-saled wallet or something, 1 transaction that took 35 million directly out. And it's like, these are the things that are the irregularities that are like, okay, let's see what's going on and how legit it is and how much they take money out of it. And there we go, the GoFundMe of Stig. Oh,
Who's
we're
that?
2
Is that
hours,
me?
2 minutes, 22 seconds in.
That couldn't be me. By the way, I was just saying, I got the GoFundMe over on my website. I just posted it. But who's this Fourth Wise Man? Let's get Fourth Wise Man. Come over and sub me. I need some subscribers, Fourth Wise Man. You talk yeah, he doesn't want to support the crypto.
Yeah,
not sure.
Hey, no one has to.
Troy,
no one has to support crypto, and just as much you should support, if not more, like gold, getting yourself gold and silver. And just saving.
It's hard, man. You can't get gold and silver in the USA. You go to Taiwan, you can get gold and silver, no problem. But here,
that's not true. You can get it in the US at any time.
Where?
You're paying spot. You're paying inflated spot prices.
Look, I was buying gold for a while. There was no place to buy it. Banks don't have it. If a bank doesn't have gold, no, if you want gold, you got to go to a pawn shop, and you're paying more than spot. They charge you 10%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's an inflated price. You can get it anywhere, but it's a exponent, or you're paying a decent amount more to actually be getting it. Whereas opposed to like Asia, you can usually buy it at a discount where you're buying like old jewelry stuff, or even just like spot for spot. You're paying a lot more for the physical.
I wanted to buy gold. It was prohibitive. There's no place to just go out and buy gold. You can buy crap gold, 18 karat jewelry. That's all worthless. When you take that 18 karat jewelry to Taiwan, they laugh at it. They won't pay you for it. They don't consider it.
They'll pay you slag prices or whatever.
Right, slag prices. If you have 24 karat, they'll buy it off of you. They love it. They'll give you top dollar.
Well, exactly. 24 carats, 24 karat. And that's why it's like the gold standard of like the US Golden Eagles or the Canadian Maples or the Australian Aussies, where it's like the government would mint the coins of the physical ounces of the pure gold and silver, and that like it's more scarce, and that you're definitely paying at minimum a premium, and a large premium, to actually get your physical hands on the physical pure amount over here, and that would imply it has a higher intrinsic and monetary value than the financial system is giving credit to, right?
Well, why are the CEOs of all these financial institutions buying crypto now? They're buying Bitcoin. They're taking positions. The same CEOs 4 years ago were calling this a scam. Now they're investing big money into it, becoming market makers. And that's why really the crypto is controlled already by these market makers.
Oh, big time it is. And that's the thing, is it's completely controlled by Wall Street and by the market makers. But it's also freer than most, and for moving like decent sums of money, like if you move like 10,000 or 100,000, with the least amount of volatility and most like long-term survivability, you would put it in Bitcoin. And that one thing about Bitcoin is that there's Bitcoin ATMs literally anywhere all over.
Yeah, but those are all a ripoff. They're all like 25%
always fees. Exactly. There's always fees.
Those don't count, in my opinion. They don't count. They're just some rich guy who is scamming the public. Somebody suddenly says, "Oh, my grandson's kidnapped. I need to get some Bitcoin." They run down to the store, and I don't even know if it's still in the one that I know one down the road, and I wonder if it's still there. They're all a scam. Don't buy it from those machines, please. Don't go to the gas station.
It's a higher price. It's just like a premium, right? Just like we're talking about the spot gold, crypto or Bitcoin's is called crypto gold, but it's like there's this premium you're paying, but you can convert it into cash anywhere from these cash ATMs. You're just going to be paying it at a cost. The thing is, though, is that by sending that Bitcoin into the ATM, it's like that's not really trackable or like taxable, because you're literally turning it into cash. And there's like there's manners of ways that essentially you're able to still like get it half off grid, especially if you're using VPNs and all of it. But it's gonna cost you, right? It always costs you in the percentages, and that's where it's all a scam. And that, if you're lucky, you buy it the right time, you can probably get a 2 to 3x. Or if you're going in as an investment for like a 3 to 5 to a 10-year plan, chances are that like things like XRP or the H bar and or Solana, they're at least going to like 3x to 5x to 10x, like over probably 100% gain per year over 4 to 5 years, where it's like you're gonna have a 500% gain every 5 years, almost guaranteed. It's like on the charts, but you're gonna have massive fluctuations between all of it. And 99% of people trying to day trade and make profits off of that every day is going to lose everything they have. And that's where
those day traders flatten everything out every day. Anytime there's an increase, those day traders, they take their profit and it all flattens out every time. Right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like gambling. It's like how the casino always wins, right? The house always wins, and they win by taking their fees off of it all. What we got there? Oh, we got a little pastry. All right.
I've been eating the whole time.
Oh boy. Showing. So this here is a Jupiter Swap. It's a decentralized exchange app, and you can kind of trade and make different positions, all sorts of stuff. But point being, it was one of the ones I used over the last couple of days, and there's stupid high fees on all of it. And when there's super high congestion, it either just locks you out, or you're paying redonkulous like slippage where you're literally losing 5% to 10% on each, additionally to the 1 to 4% that every trader what do you call it, from one form to the other when you're swapping. It's just like, it's all so expensive, it all just takes you money. And to the average person, the chances that the less swaps, the less sales, the less buys that you do, the less you're gonna lose and like paying fees and come off of your investment. That it's like you have to be super aware of that, or you're just going to lose all of your crypto. Or something like where you have very little fees and it helps a lot is like if you just buy $100 of Bitcoin or $100 of XRP and you want to donate money to someone like a content creator or a cause, like
us right now,
exactly, like you, David Stig,
right
or
now.
me.
I got my XRP wallet in the description.
Exactly, as do I, as I have my Solana, as I have my Bitcoin, as I also have Ethereum on base chain, all for those donations. So something like, it's like if you want to donate $20, or if you want to donate $100, or if you want to donate 50, but it's that you buy, and you also want to invest in crypto. So it's like you buy $100 in Bitcoin or XRP or whatever, and whether you want to keep 99% of it for yourself as your investment, and you just want to tip $1 and send it, it's like that's how you do it. And you just keep it and hold it, and that's your investment. And then you're able to send it to others for like a fraction of a cent. It's only when you're converting it or changing it when it's that you have high fees on Solana, or lose from converting from one to the other, like XRP to BTC or whatever the heck. It's that you're see if you donate through YouTube, like you buy a super chat sticker, YouTube takes 30% off the get-go, and then the US government takes 30% off the get-go for taxes, or at least it does for Canadians like myself. So that it's like, say I'm only getting 40%. So 60% is lost to fees for anything anyone donates or purchases, because it's actually a purchase. You're purchasing a super sticker, you're purchasing support on YouTube. That's how they're able to tax it, as well as take their 30%, and that we as creators lose 60% through fees and taxes on that, thus explaining where something like crypto, you buy that crypto and then there's no fees in sending it to another wallet, or the fees are just literally fractions of a penny, especially on things such.
Which coins? You talking about Bitcoin? Because
I'm talking about like XRP, XLM, HBAR, Algorand on the base chain. So Ethereum on base chain, like lots of the layer 2s and stuff like that, right? So it's pretty much nil. It's when you get into swapping trading that you start losing everything and whatnot. But just for usages as donations, and then also as just keeping portions of it for yourself as an investment, if it's something you're looking to invest into. Of course, none of this is financial advice, just explaining some of the practical real world uses of crypto if you potentially choose to use it in the simulation that is whatever. But so PayPal, that's why I prefer PayPal myself. I always have the PayPal link. It's the only thing that works in Canada. Such things as Cash App or Venmo or any of the others, they're literally blocked in Canada. They don't allow only PayPal. And then it's like you're still, as someone that's purchasing money onto or onboarding money onto PayPal, I think you still have to like use your credit card, and thus you're still, you as the donator, onboarder, you're paying those fees, but as the content creator or who you're donating it to, like when you send a donation to us as PayPal, donations to creators, it doesn't, we get a full 100% of what we receive, and then can usually cash it out as cash, and very low fees on it. Thus, just saying, that's why PayPal is PayPal. Or if you're interested into getting into crypto and you want to keep some, make your first investment into it, something like that, you'd probably best to do it for your first either in Bitcoin or XRP or Solana or something like Cardano. Anyways, the whole point of it all, just trying to give reference. And hopefully one day it's the long-term holders, and that, so what's the flippening? We have to lastly explain the flippening of what you've done some videos on, David, and it's that Bitcoin is at over $2 trillion, and it is at over 100,000 US currently in that market cap. And then the second biggest coin is Ethereum, and it's been ranging between 350 billion to 400 billion. So that's approximately 1/6 to 1 or 20% to 15% of Bitcoin's market cap that is Ethereum. And then you have XRP, which is like essentially been going from 150 billion to close, or I think like up to 180 billion. So it's like getting close to like half of what Ethereum currently is. And then you also had Solana reaching that same critical market cap mass, and it actually did flip XRP for top spot at the very peak of Trump's meme coin madness, when Trump's market cap of his meme coin surpassed the little dog of Shiba Inu in market cap, which is the number 2 overall top dog of meme coin market cap at I think 14 billion. And then you have the toppest of dogs, Dogecoin, which is at the 60 billion market cap, and that Elon himself is well known, and he is the reason for Dogecoin originally getting billions of dollars in market cap. He was like the one that invested into it and has essentially kept it going and kept it as the number 1 meme top dog market, and to this day. And that currently Trump is at 10 billion, so he's like 3rd or 4th overall meme. And it's all relevant, and it all compares, and it has to do with billions and trillions of dollars and how it all moves around.
Lots of new money.
Exactly. New money and old money rushing to convert into the new money. And that essentially Trump has created himself a portal onto the exchanges of never ending. It's just wild. It's interesting times. It's
the high on 80, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Say again.
Because I lost my mic earlier and I had to reconnect. Yeah. Do you think this is going to go back up? Trump back up to 80? That was the highest, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. So here's the thing: is that it's wild because the insane amount of sell pressure, and that they kept it in the fundamentals that it's like it averages around 40 or 50. So it's only it ranges within a 50% loss, less than 50% loss from its all-time high. It hasn't even reached 80, right? It hit like 75. And then it's like it ranges in between $40 and $55 back and forth, and that it's like lowest sustained range, it hit $30 for just a little bit earlier today, and now I believe it's back up to like the at least 40, mid 40s, 41 right now, I guess it is. So that it's like it only has to double to reach an all-time high and surpass what anyone has currently bought it at. So it's like
when I first discovered it, it was only $12, so it has gone up double.
Oh,
twice.
yes, exactly. But that's the thing. It started at 12. You had to be an insider to be able to get it cheaper than that, and that the base price is $12, and it has never even touched that since its original offering. It's it's never gone lower than 30, so that's like 2.5 times more.
I'm not going to say the name, but the person that I know and you also know said their father was going to spend $10,000 on that.
I believe it, and that I fully believe that there's a really good chance that I can almost guarantee that it will hit a new all-time high of $80 and thus surpass anyone that has bought it so far. That if you don't sell it and you bought the top, that if you hold it for like 1 month's time, that I guarantee you it'll probably it will reach $80, and that you would have been able to make what is that, a 10% profit, I guess it would be
10%. It's gonna be
no, I'm saying at the very highest right now that you could have possibly bought it at, that if you bought it at that and then you hold it for 1 month, that at some point in that month, in this month, I guarantee you it's going to at some point reach that $80, and that
for sure it'll go beyond.
Oh, of course it will, but that it's just going to make these metrics.
But it's the best short-term investment. I don't think so, and that reason why is because it's going to be very volatile. It's going to follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to stop. It's going to get stalled up wherever. Like right now, it's at 40, so I think it'll stay there. And so that means
it is. It absolutely is, and that it's like I would only buy it at $30 or less, and then I would hold it, and I would only sell it at 75 to 80 or higher. And
it's a meme trending coin, and it's the president. But let's be honest, Melania coin, it's $5 right now. That coin, you can invest in it. It's not going to move much during these next 4 years.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Or it'll probably make some pretty big moves, but then it'll retrace very quickly. But
and where do you think it's going to be in 4 years? Do you think the Donald Trump coin is going to go anywhere in 5 years? No. He's the president for 4 years.
No, here's the thing. Potentially, if he plays it right, he could be issuing and buying Greenland and paying a portion, like paying half of it, because it's like they're paying apparently the offer is $2 million to each citizen of Greenland. It's like potentially, if he plays it right, he could be issuing 1 million of each of that in his Trump coin when he does that initial payout, like literally himself pay half of Greenland off of.
I'm going to agree with you 100%.
I'm not saying that that's feasible, but I'm saying if he played his cards right, the way it's set up, they could potentially do that. Are the odds of that going to happen good? No, they're not. But it's like we're in this unprecedented meme market that anything could happen.
It's the real value. He made the money. I heard he was the richest man in the world now. I don't know if that's true, but he made, because of this whole recent play on this token of his. What's the difference between a token and cryptocurrency? Is that an altcoin? Technically it is. There's no difference anymore. It's just that the tokens are created by these stake guys, proof of stake. and it's the Bitcoin. That's the proof of work. And it's like that's what makes it real. You can't be trusting these coins that have been pre-mined. It's not the same deal.
You
Bitcoin
can,
is
but it's different economics. It's different.
Yeah, you want to be able to liquidate it fast because you don't want to stay in it forever. In and out, in and out. You don't want to be sitting there in any positions very long. When you do a position change, you want to reap the benefits right away.
Exactly.
And I'm very terrible at it. I'm very terrible. Don't copy my what I do. Because every time I do it, I lose. I've been a loser.
Well, 90% of people lose it every time. That's just the market.
The big win happened 2 years ago when I happened to buy $8,000 worth of Bitcoin. 2 years ago, and it was like 70,000, 20,000, and now it's
20,000. Yeah,
I don't still have that. Unfortunately, I did have to sell a lot of it on the way, so I fractioned it down. But things are still growing, and if I were able to keep it, I would just keep it. But I might have to do a buyout with Bitcoin. I might have to sell everything. So what's next? Well, you're not going to make your money off Bitcoin. You might double your money to $250,000 of Bitcoin, maybe in the next year. But I do believe what I showed you earlier, that's the way to go. These small coins, this is not advice, but I'm telling you what I want to do.
Those small coins are where there's the biggest reward, but also the biggest risk. And then
they're slow too. They're not anything special. They follow Bitcoin. So yeah, you want to have some Bitcoin. And XRP, the flippening is about to happen. And XRP is going to surpass Ethernet if things happen the way they've been said they're supposed to happen. I don't know if they're going to happen. I sometimes lose faith, and I'm ready to get out of it. But
here it is for the flippening. The flippening is that basically either XRP or Solana, they basically just need to double their overall market cap that they're currently at to be equal at as Ethereum. And then it's like they can constantly flip each other back and forward, just like the number 3 spot is currently constantly flipping back between XRP, Solana, and Tether. And here's the thing is that it's guaranteed, but within a year and a half, that Tether is going to be replaced because they're no longer issuing it. And it has also 180, basically 170 billion, but 180. So around the exact same as Solana and XRP. And that it is an ERC20 originally, so an Ethereum chain originally, but it can instantly also just go on to Solana and be used, or it can instantly just be replaced as Ripple USD, so the RLUSD or RPL USD, which was just legally approved as the first U.S. government approved U.S. or stable coin of the U.S. dollar.
Did I lose you? I don't hear you now. What happened? What happened? We lost him. We lost him. Do you hear me? Give me a 1 if you still hear me. Give me a 1 if you still hear me. Give me a 2 if you don't hear me. Obviously, you won't hear me ask you for a 2. Give me a 1. I need a 1 in the chat if you can still hear me. He's back.
I can hear you. Yep.
You can hear me?
All right.
There you are.
So to round it all up, basically, the Tether stablecoin, it's no longer going to exist as an entity, but that stablecoin mass that is that equal amounts that is equal to both Solana and both XRP's market caps right now, and that them combined equals Ethereum, that the flippening is going to keep flipping of those 3 back and forth nonstop. And that together, those 3 plus Ethereum equals 1/2 essentially of what Bitcoin is. And yeah, it's the mathematics of it all. And that who's the top dogs, who's the top cryptos, and how it all stays. Yeah, and for now, the top meme has stayed as Dogecoin. And an interesting part of Dogecoin is that it is also a proof of work. It's like based off of as a fork of Litecoin, which was a fork of Bitcoin, which essentially that's why it was the first meme coin, is that it was Bitcoin, but it's Bitcoin, but a different network that is not Bitcoin. So what can it be worth? And yeah, it's very, very interesting, the memeonomics of it all and how it all works. Yeah. Right.
Where's Dogecoin? Where is Dogecoin? It's not even. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong chart. Sorry. Where's Dogecoin on the chart? What number is it?
Hold on. Let me see here. We've got Doge. Oh gosh.
It's number 7. It's number 7.
Number 7th overall. So
$50 billion market cap.
Oh, so it's dropped him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't pay attention. XRP is number 3. $17 billion. Wait.
177 billion, you mean? Almost.
What? Oh, there it is. Sorry. Looking at the wrong spot. That was the volume for yesterday. No, you're right. 177.5 billion. Next is Tether. That doesn't count. Nobody cares about Tether because it's not.
Well, that's the point of Tether, is that is going to be gone and replaced within a year, and that it's either going to all go on the XRP ledger as the Ripple coin stable coin, thus transferring onto the XRP. Thus, it will just be completely like and XRP will just double in its value overnight because it has taken over that stable coin amount, or it will just go gloop into Solana, or it'll go gloop back into Ethereum through the base chain and Coinbase and issued through that and taken over by whatever government.
It's going to follow the smart contract. It's going to follow the rules and the promise. Solana's next. It's got 115 billion. Next is BNB, then Dogecoin, 50 billion. Then USDC, another stable coin. Forget that one. Cardano.
It's very important too, but all of them are.
Cardano is
for another episode.
Sorry. I'm gonna be watching these very closely. I want to grab some of each. It's hard to, but things have been so volatile that I freaked out and I fucked up.
Oh, that's what we all do. It's human nature, and that smart money to make the wins, to be the 10% of people that make money off of it while 90% of people lose because we're dumb money, is when you act on emotion. You have to make your purchases, make your transactions never off of emotional triggers and only off of pre-calculated dollar cost averaging, buying and selling, only selling the highs, only selling on pumps, and only buying on dips. And that's the only way that you can mathematically and structurally win, is to make sure that you're only buying low and only selling high, right? Like, that's just straight mathematics. And that is the strategy that, if you're able to control your emotions and stick to your investment plan of dollar cost averaging and dollar cost averaging, buying the lows and selling the highs, that is how you can financially make a lot of money and be very successful at it, and thus be in that top 10% of, economic minds and achievements in the world that is smart money that makes money off of all of their trades. But 90% of us, we all lose. And I'm also in that 90%, trying to chase back and forth through Solana and the stable coins into XRP and doing all of it, just like you were talking about, experiencing very similar things and how easily it eats up all of your profits of trades and all of it. And that's going to be part of breaking it all down, explaining it, and documenting.
It's not a day trade. Don't try to day trade this stuff. Try to get it. Try to hold it. keep it, use it as a payment. You sell something to your friend.
Exactly. Buy it and you either only use it as a payment. So you buy it to use it as payments, or you buy it as stores of wealth, as currency that at some point in the future, when it is worth more, that you make sure you buy it when it's cheap, and then you make sure that you hold on to it, and then you spend it and use it as a payment when it's gone up, when you're in the bull market. So you dollar cost average when the market has crashed. Well, that's when you start buying like $20 of it at a time, and you hold on to it for a couple of years once the market goes back up, and that's when you spend it again. That's how.
By the way, I want to be using my XRP wallet. I want to send you something. You can send me something back, and you have to have an XRP number on the side now. So XRP isn't just a wallet; it's a wallet plus a password that has to be added in later. I don't know anything about it. I have wallets. I'm ready to receive Bitcoin or any other crypto, Ethernet, XRP. Somebody recently said they've got Dogecoin wallet. I don't have that, but I mean soon. I think this is the way people are going to be crowdfunding is with Bitcoin.
Oh, of course. Crypto is the ultimate crowdfunding, and it's a way that people can crowdfund as well as invest in themselves to hold on for it, to buy low and then spend it when it's high. But you have to have patience and not try to day trade, because 99% of people get wrecked trying to chase it, and that the system is designed to wreck you and to take the most.
The market just tricks you. Every time you see a headline that says Bitcoin is getting bought by this CEO, that's a pump. And then what happens? You buy it, and then it dumps right away. 1% up, it dumps. These people have hundreds of thousands of dollars, and so they can afford to dump it at 1% growth, and that's what they do. And then you're stuck because you've got $1,000 instead of 100,000, and that's a big chunk of your money that's gone. And they do it on purpose, and that's what they do. They pump and dump, and that's what Bitcoin's been under, a pump right now and a dump. Right now, Bitcoin's doing okay, but
pumps and dumps approximately. It ranges about 8%, I'd say, on a bi-weekly cycle, and then it's like, if you know the range, like if you set the range of like, okay, it's ranging 8% now back and forth, that it's going to crash up to like 8 or 10% at any given point over this week. And you're like, okay, you don't panic and sell every time it crashes 10%. Instead, you actually have your stable coin set aside that every time it does crash that 10%, you make sure you buy at that point, and then you make sure that you have it pre-sold, that whenever the heck it does reach the top of that range, that you have a set order to sell at that point on the exchanges. Thus, you're not emotionally reacting. You've had it preset to only buy at the low and only sell at the high that are within the ranges of the limit. So that it's like, there are structures that if you're able to read charts, and that if the cycle is following the cycle of the technical analysis, you can see what the smart money does, the flow of it, and then time your trades and your positions and your sells to sell in the cycle every time the smart money's flows it into that way, so that you are also smart money in how you act and do it. But that is a whole course and stream and project that's all, that's too much to try to get into right now. We got 20 minutes left, and we're at 3 hours. So what do you want to talk about?
I'm ready to collapse. I was just about to fall asleep. I might be leaving early.
Well, that's fine. You can end at any time.
I just fell out. I've been trying to keep myself awake by snacking on something over here, but it is like 2 in the morning.
It is 2:33 here.
1:30, yeah.
Yeah, 1:30 for you, 2:33 for me. All right, so we are going to wrap this thing up very close here. And all right, so back to a little recap of things Trump has promised to do, but didn't get done on day one, as far as I'm aware. That was declassifying, covering drone gate, giving information on what all those freaking drone things are that have been around the military bases and all of that sort of stuff. Number two, did he do it? Where's the Diddy list? Number three, tied to that, the Epstein list, and that's a piece of news that a very interesting, kind of got flushed under the cycle, but was published early this morning or late last night, and it's testimony from Jeffrey Epstein's cellmate, who is a former cop that's on 3 life sentences. That, you know, essentially he was the narc that sent in there. He was potentially the guy that murdered him. Who knows? But he was sent in to get information from Epstein, you know, as the guy trying to get himself out of trouble first. But all right, to get to it, that guy, the cellmate of Epstein, stated today publicly, it was released, claiming that Epstein told him the FBI came to him and offered him a plea deal that if he could give any information that would implement Trump in any way to any of his actions, they would essentially cut him off the hook, give him a plea or a sweetheart plea deal, and like he'd essentially be free. And that a key part of it was it didn't have to be true. He could make things up. It's just that Trump's team had to not be able to prove it untrue, was the one thing as the condition. And that Epstein apparently confided in this guy, saying that he actually legitimately didn't have anything on Trump, and that he in fact had some friction with Trump from getting kicked out of one of Trump's private parties when he was around Trump or something, because apparently he had been like hitting on the young innocent girls that were at Trump's party, and that apparently Trump had seen it and kicked him out, and that they like legitimately didn't have any relations from that point forward, and it was bad blood, supposedly, is the story that is being given from the last person that saw Jeffrey Epstein alive and was his cellmate, and is his testimony trying to claim that the FBI directly tried to use Epstein to frame Trump. Epstein didn't have anything on it. He was debating whether to make something up, and that he ended up dying. So it's like, was he killed because he didn't have anything? Was he killed because he was going to make something up? Was he killed because he didn't want to make something up? Was it a liability that Trump found out that, hey, this guy might just for some reason start trying to make something up, even though you already know that he doesn't have anything on you? So it would just be better to get rid of it. There's so much to it, but very interesting thing on it. Very interesting. Believe of it what you want. The point being that the FBI, the corrupt FBI, was trying to make a deal using Epstein to frame Trump, or if you had something legitimate on Trump or whatever the heck, but flip Epstein on Trump, and that apparently Epstein had nothing on Trump, and that he was debating on trying to make something up on him. But yeah, very interesting. So we'll see if the Epstein list actually comes out. Number 3, the JFK files. He's promised to do that. Whether day one or not, but we'll see. It didn't happen on day one, but hopefully it does. And he also promised, he did mention it, and he did speak on it today, though, and saying that he was going to let it out very soon. And also that when he does the JFK files, he's also going to do the Martin Luther King files simultaneously, thus proving essentially what I suspect, or what it's indicating, is that both MLK as well as JFK were murdered by agents, people of authority in the government, and that there's government cover-ups documented of it, and that, you know, it's a fraction of the government that's done those murders. It's documented, it's been covered up, and that apparently Trump is actually going to declassify all of it, so it's acknowledged and done. And then if that's done, then what's to say, you know, he better also declassify 9/11. So that's another one we'll see.
Yeah.
Will he declassify 9/11 after declassifying those other ones? And then will he declassify also the UFO UAP topic? And from that, it's also the technology of free energy and over unity and anti-gravity and these paradigm shifting technologies. And is that part of real disclosure to come that frees humanity to start accessing, developing, and understanding and advancing these sciences and technologies that will truly take us to a level 2 civilization compared to what we are right now? And that is that tied to, and was it the basis of that being implemented, the actual executive order that he did issue today that was stated for the purpose of destroying and breaking down government issued bureaucracy, compartmentalization, classification, and to inverse from the thousands, tens of thousands, millions of things that are probably classified every single day now, and then forever like dark and nobody ever learns about it, to make it like, you know, only 1 or 2 things that are ever classified and held, and that like the 99 or 990,000 things that are classified on a daily thing are published openly, so that it's like all the science, all the technology, all the information actually comes out. You know, it's like it's either going to go one or the other. We'll see what actually happens, right? Any final words, my friend?
Man, you nailed it all. I actually don't like dealing with this crypto stuff. It's essential, and I have some, but I'm thinking about making more money on the side. You can make more money working at McDonald's than you can freaking this crypto growth.
Okay, exactly. You can't make that much. You can't make a living wage off of a like days or months or, you know, years worth of wage savings, right? Like,
unless you're doing $100,000
your regular job, it's that these are savings, and that if you do it properly, stick to the structures, it's currencies that have a chance of actually exponentially increasing in their actual monetary exchange value out of them over a couple of years' time, compared to the US dollar that is experiencing in massive inflation losses and the potential of inevitable hyperinflation if the US dollar loses its reserve currency status. Either way, it's that it's savings, and then it's money that you can use to purchase and spend on a international level sort of thing, more and more as things go. But yeah, it's a savings thing, and then it's like a purchasing thing. And that if you just try to chase and do day trading and all of that, you're going to end up just spending and losing it all, wasting your time, and losing all of your currency, spending it on the different fees. And it's like,
I got lucky 2 years ago. I'm just kind of enjoying it, but I'm exiting it. I don't see that type of growth happening. 100,000 is a lot. It's a lot, man. I mean, I don't think that Bitcoin is the coin you want to be messing with. I think it's going to be these smaller coins, and then you'll be able to afford the transactions. But I have to prove it to myself. I don't even know yet.
Oh, that's why that's why Bitcoin is the goal, crypto gold, because it's like gold, it's your store of value. You can spend it, but like there's a lot of fees in exchanging it and turning it into this and that. But for large sales or government transactions, it's worth the most, and the most solid.
Well, just remember, when these banks spend whatever amount they are to get into these positions, their hash rate is there too. They're losing that money as soon as they make the transaction. So they've got to be sure. That's why I don't see them doing the Bitcoin one very much, but they are doing it.
Well, it's so, for instance, like the biggest bank of France did its very first Bitcoin purchase. And what it did, it was like it bought it it got 11 Bitcoin for $1 million. So it's like, that's like, I guess 89,
Yeah, 89,
or something like that. Right. And it's like they announced it at a time that Bitcoin was over $100,000, and that they had done the purchase at a time where I believe Bitcoin was worth like 95 or 96 on the open market. But it's that these sort of institutions and governments and whatnot, that like they're able to purchase it, not losing off of fees and hash rates, but actually purchasing from whales or exchanges at below the current market price, and that they're only going to sell it at a profit, and they're just going to hold on to it for at that time. And it's like, within that week that they had purchased it, announced it, and bought it like at a discount from the lowest that Bitcoin had traded at publicly at any point in that time, that they could have instantly sold it at 105,000 each and made a 12% overall profit from when they bought it to when they sold it on the open market for 105,000 each, sort of thing, to an exchange. That's where you have this market manipulation, and the banks, the institutions, they win every time, because every single time they make a big purchase and a big sale, they're making 20% off of it guaranteed. And like every time that you and me retailer do it, we're losing 3 to 6 to 10% off of fees, exchanges, swaps, and the rest of it. And that's how you have to understand how it all works.
The pump and dump can happen. The pump and dump is just one way they do it. There's many ways. And the pump and dump is one way, and it seems like it's very popular right now. But they can do it a bunch of different ways to take that money from you. And get you to think, oh, look, you've been watching it for 2 months, going up and down, up and down, up and down. And then sure enough, you finally start to try to play that and ride that wave. And then suddenly it's no longer going up and down. What happened? Well, you've been played, my friend. And they have that control.
Exactly.
They have
Every time. All right. So we're going to finish it off. We're going to play the last couple minutes of tokenomics, and we're out.
Yeah, I'm usually not up this late, man. I'm crashing. I'm crashed.
Exactly. Hey, we're 8 minutes away for 3 hours, so
please subscribe to my channel.
Definitely subscribe to Stig, and
I'm gonna go get one last drink, and then I'm gonna go to bed. While you're tapping,
let's move on to trading volume. The Trump coin launched on Solana on Friday, January 17th, 2025, a couple days before the official inauguration. Within 3 hours, it had billions of dollars put into it, both through the project's ability to buy with a credit card and also through decentralized exchanges like Radium or Jupiter. Tons of people were buying and selling. And while there were posts announcing it on Trump's own social media pages, some people wondered if his accounts had been hacked to promote a scam coin, which is something that has happened with countless other celebrities before. That concern still didn't stop people from buying and selling it, obviously. Some early investors made substantial profit by not just buying the token, but by supplying liquidity to exchanges, where a portion of each trade is given to those who provide funds for exchanges to use to facilitate trades. Providing liquidity is a great way to have exposure to an asset while also profiting on the trading volume of that asset. And when this project was launched, there was significant trading volume. Moving on, something we usually look at during research or projects is the history of the creator. For this politician, this is not the first crypto project he started. Trump, or rather the company behind him, has also created an NFT collection of digital trading cards, which just released a 4th series. And Trump's also associated with a crypto trading company called World Liberty Financial, and in the past he's even accepted crypto payments for campaign donations. Overall, Trump and his campaign made around $35 million from selling the NFTs, another $7.2 million in licensing deals, about $13 million in campaign donations and funding, tens of millions of dollars invested in World Liberty Financial, and tens of millions of dollars in token sales on the same platform. And now his company owns billions of dollars of liquidity in this Trump token. And while he's racking up millions or billions, the people who buy and sell these assets haven't been as successful. The release of multiple NFT collections, including the Mugshot edition in December of 2023, led to something called market saturation. That oversupply, along with the fact that you can't even sell these until the end of January 2025, diluted the value of earlier NFTs, disappointing initial investors. World Liberty Financial was launched by Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, and supposedly Donald Trump had no involvement. Regardless, WLF faced scrutiny over potential conflicts of interest between business ventures and political aspirations, especially given the family's political influence. The project had a goal of raising $300 million, and it fell short, with less than half of that secured. So this project's credibility is also questioned, especially due to the involvement of Justin Sun, the well-known Tron crypto founder, who...
All right, I'm going to pause it right there and listen to that. So the NFT project, so NFT is that right there. Also, big scam. I would never recommend investing in a NFT. I would also never recommend investing in a meme coin, like unless you really know what you're doing. That said, I am making a call right now that I predict the Trump coin within 1 month's time will be sustain double what it is right now, or reach double what it is right now, of $80, and it will most likely hit $100 and trade around $100 as a basis in like the next 1 to 3 months, that it will turn into essentially you'll be pegged around 100, as opposed to where now it's like around 50 to 40, and that you accumulate it like that, and that at the peak, if Trump plays it right, and at the very peak, if he builds this crypto up over the next 6 months to a year, he has the potentially of reaching 1,000 and staying at 1,000 a meme coin. But that is if he plays it all right, does it all right, and that there are chances that they might just make those as single time highs and then crash all the way down to, I don't see it ever getting lower than $10 or $12, because that is like the literal base of the actual very, very base liquidity, and that it actually seems like they have an agreement with all the exchanges where it's set to range from 40 to 50 or sometimes 30, but that these are the set prices, and that they've got literally billions of dollars backing it up to make sure that it stays at those levels, and that as long as Trump doesn't betray the trust of the Binance exchange, the Solana exchange, and selling out a whole bunch, like hundreds of millions or billions of dollars worth of liquidity from that 80% of the allocation of coins that are going to unlock over the next 3 months, that would instantly destroy and crash and forever ruin the credibility of that project and turn it into a worthless penny stock overnight and did never be recoverable. But if they don't do that, and instead, if he actually keeps that 80% as the quote unquote strategic reserve and models it off of essentially that it's a social experiment and that it's like a mini version of what the US government would do with its quote unquote Bitcoin strategic reserve aspect of it, that then very easily it could, from where it is today at $40, currently go up and sustain and trade at and be worth $1,000 within 1 year, realistically, and that it could stay and would stay between that 1,000 to 500 for the next couple of years while he's at least still in power and maintaining it all. And that, like, it's wild. We live in just wild clown world times, and that with the meme coin of Trump's meme coin, and then also with Melena's, and that they did the two, and that it's like she controls one, he controls one. It's, oh my God, like they literally have the power of issuing and controlling millions and billions of dollars in and out of, it's just wild, and it's the ultimate crypto trump card. And I don't see them playing it wrong. It's all planned, it's all stacked. And that, here's the thing: if the Trump coin reaches $100 US, that will, at that rate, at that market cap, it also makes Solana and will take Solana to the market cap and value of $300 US a Solana, and make Solana the, essentially, I believe, at that market cap of, no, it'll make it 1/2. That would make it 1/2 of what Ethereum currently is, and that it's then, it would take Trump coin going up to 200. No, if Trump coin went to 1,000, also Solana would be at 1,000. That's how. Anyways, mathematics, but it's that Trump coin currently, its success and usage is directly now tied to and boosting and onboarded on the Solana crypto, so that it's like the fact that Trump did that, well, he's very pro Solana in that case. And it's interesting stuff. It's very wild. It's a not a public endorsement. It's a actual physical application not endorsement, but usage. Like, it's just there. Boom. They chose it. It's doing it. It's onboarded. It's forever it. And, well, expect Solana to do well. Expect XRP to do well, and expect Bitcoin to, maintain its value, continue doing well. And the sign that Ethereum, that Trump's company has bought a whole bunch into Ethereum, that AI agents are buying into Ethereum, that BlackRock's buying into Ethereum, that on Wall Street there's currently just ETFs of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and the Bitcoin ETFs have onboarded and taken in huge amounts of money and daily trading and volume, where Ethereum has yet to. What it all is leading to is that you're going to have this overnight doubling of like value and price of Ethereum at some point, when the whales and the market moves from the Bitcoin top, and it's also the top of Bitcoin dominance, where the most amount. So we should see Bitcoin dominance reaching about 77% of the overall market cap. Currently, it's, I believe, at 57%. And then at that point, you see about 20% from the 77% Bitcoin dominance of the overall market, flipping literally overnight, and they'll just flip it straight into Ethereum. So it's like overnight, you will have about 400, minimum 300 billion, but like up to $500 billion, 500 billion. That'll just come straight off of Bitcoin and go straight into Ethereum, and boom, it just doubles or 3x's. And that's how these insiders make all of these crazy gains where they're tripling their money and their value because they all do it at once. And then retail chases all in because everyone's like, oh my God, look, it just obviously you own Ethereum, you just 3x your money. It's so crazy and wild. So then everybody goes into it. And then that's when they start selling 1 to 5% of their Ethereum holdings per day. And it's like they're dumping it onto all of the FOMOing retail new dumb money people that are all buying specifically into that one. So it's like they're selling their shares of only Ethereum at that point to everybody that's just coming on at that point. And that from there, each of that 1% of the Ethereum that they sold, that's actually huge market caps, they just then boom, dump it into small projects, and overnight some little coin with a market cap of only like $1 million, well, they just boom plopped in $100 million into it that was just straight profits off of them. That all of a sudden this one project that it 100x's, it turns from 1 million to 100 million overnight, and it's crazy. So it's wild. You've seen it a few times if you've been in through the crypto cycles, and it's that if you're smart with your money and that you watch the cycles and you see how they roll, that you can position yourself to know where the smart money is going to go. And by buying some of these projects that are just small market caps, knowing that there's a very good chance, or knowing in the past that the smart money has cycled their money into these ones, and it looks like you can because everything's on chain, so you can literally see that these whale wallets still own the vast majority of these same crypto coins and projects. And then it's like, oh, they sold them, then they bought them back at dirt cheap, and they're still holding them and have just done nothing with them forever. It's like, well, they're still holding those, so guaranteed that smart money that's still holding those, they're going to pump that same project and coin at some point in that time that everything goes crazy. So you just buy that small amount of bag of that project while it's still dirt cheap, and you make sure you hold on to it and you sell it at that point that everybody, or that it gets that massive freaking crazy gain all at once. And that whatever you do not buy into that project that just did 100x, after it did that 100x, thinking you're going to make money, because you're only going to lose money at that point, because at that point, all of the smart money has put their money into it, and they're only going to be selling it out from that point forward as all of the dumb money rushes into it. It's how the cycles work. And yeah, I'm sorry if I lost y'all or bored y'all, but this is actual, it's not financial advice, but it's financial theory and gaming. And if you're willing to take the risk of losing it all, but practice it properly and never, ever make trades or swaps or anything you do on emotion, but only on your pre-calculated sell orders and buy orders that are pre-programmed in. When something hits certain prices, you can actually make large amounts of money and exponential gains, but the system is rigged against you. All right, that's enough of that. We're going to play this from the start to the finish, and then we're going to end this episode.
One can create meme coins, and that means there's a ton of scams. It also means it's easy for people to make them for publicity or to generate quick income, assuming they can get people to buy after they do. When celebrities make meme coins, they usually skyrocket because of the instant advertisement to millions of people, so getting people to buy their coin is easy. But what if the celebrity didn't create it themselves? What if a scammer created a coin under their name, hacked their social media accounts, and advertised it as if it was a real token? Welcome to Whiteboard Crypto, the #1 YouTube channel for crypto education. Here, we explain topics of the cryptocurrency world using analogies, stories, a way of saying the economics of a token. In other words, supply and distribution. For meme coins, including the Trump token, you can actually search the address of a contract on a public blockchain explorer to see what the supply actually is and who's holding it. For the Trump coin, you can look it up on solscan.io and see that there are a total of 1 billion tokens created. However, only 200 million, or 20%, were released on day one. The rest of the tokens, or 80% of the total supply, are held in a single wallet, which we'll explain in a minute. Roughly the next 10% is held by centralized and decentralized exchanges as a form of liquidity that allows people to buy and sell. That leaves the final 10% of the supply for the public to actually hold and trade. That 80% number I mentioned previously is the rest of the supply, and it's owned by creators and CIC Digital LLC, the company that launched the token, which will be allowed to access the funds throughout the next 3 years. In simple terms, this token will definitely be inflated as free tokens are literally given to the owners of the project throughout time, and it's up to you to guess if they will hold these tokens or if they'll sell them, because it's definitely true that they will get them for free. Oh, by the way, if you want early notifications on stuff like Trump launching his own token, or DeFi tutorials on how to trade this token before it hits big exchanges, such as Coin.
Okay, so if you want to go back in time and magically have us let you know about Trump's coin before it launches, that literally nobody but the Trump team, literally nobody but the Trump team and I guess the top crypto people that, were already set up with the deals at the large exchanges that were accepting it, knowing that the launch was coming and all of that. But just a handful of insiders in the Trump team knew about this and that it was happening. So why the hell is this freaking liar trying to claim that if you subscribe to him, he's going to tell you about it ahead of time? It already happened. You didn't know. You didn't tell anybody, but you're doing a good job of breaking it down right now. All right.
Coinbase or Binance, you should consider joining our email list by signing up completely free at whiteboardcrypto.com. You can also use the link in the description below. Also, regardless of your political beliefs, Trump and his administration seem to be very pro-crypto. So there will be many things coming in the next year that you don't want to miss, including our channel hitting 1 million subscribers. By the way, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because we've got a busy few months ahead of us with some videos that you don't want to be too late to watch. Let's move on to trading volume. The Trump coin launched on Solana on Friday, January 17th, 2025, a couple days before the official inauguration. Within 3 hours, it had billions of dollars put into it, both through the project's ability to buy with a credit card and also through decentralized exchanges like Radium or Jupiter. Tons of people were buying and selling. And while there were posts announcing it on Trump's own social media pages, some people wondered if his accounts had been hacked to promote a scam coin, which is something that has happened with countless other celebrities before. That concern still didn't stop people from buying and selling it, obviously. Some early investors made substantial profit by not just buying the token, but by supplying liquidity to exchanges, where a portion of each trade is given to those who provide funds for exchanges to use to facilitate trades. Providing liquidity is a great way to have exposure to an asset while also profiting on the trading volume of that asset. And when this project was launched, there was significant trading volume. Moving on, something we usually look at during research of projects is the history of the creator. For this politician, this is not the first crypto project he started. Trump, or rather the company behind him, has also created an NFT collection of digital trading cards, which just released a
All right, just a little context of what he's saying here. So this NFT thing that they did before, they weren't able to, their goal was to raise 300 million and they fell short of it. and their economic matter of like creating the supply compared to the demand, as he's like about to quickly state, like it collapsed as like most Ponzi scams or things with no intrinsic value, like especially like NFT things. They all eventually collapse because there's no utility. It's essentially a meme. Anyways, the first attempt, and it was through NFTs, it collapsed and couldn't raise more. They didn't reach it up to 300 million. Now, for comparison and measures of magnitude of success, currently Trump's coin is, or the Trump coin project, Trump's coin is staying steady at $8 billion. It still has $8 billion literally in it, and that this is liquidity that is visible and available and shows up on the Solana Sol scan, that it's provided and locked in up on, for instance, Robinhood, on Binance, on Coinbase, as well as, like you said, the Solana decentralized exchanges like Radium, as well as Jupiter, so that the $8 billion is actually in the crypto ecosystem and that there legitimately is $8 billion worth of crypto US dollars backing and tied to this Trump coin project now, to its 200 million shares, and that any time anyone trades in and out of it, of the Trump coin, 1% of that action is going into Trump's profits, and then it's like usually 0.5% or 1% minimum on top of that is going into the chain. Like for Solana, I guess it's like 0.5% for Solana for any action thing, so that's also going. And then it's like the Radium or the Jupiter or the Binance, or like the exchange or the centralized exchange will also take like 1% or 0.5%, and then you have like the wallet taking a little bit, so it's like you lose like 2% to like 4% through every action just from how it's set up. It's freaking wild. But that the trading volume, as this guy is about to go over and explain, and that you'll see it's like millions of transactions like happening per day now, just because it's been listed on Binance, it's been listed on Coinbase, like it's on all of the exchanges, and that millions of people are literally trading it, whether they're shorting it, whether they're longing it, whether they're scalping it, whether they're exchanging in or out of it. It's all generating fees that Trump's getting 1% of, the exchanges are getting like 1 or 2% of, and that the stable coin issuers are getting like a percentage in and out of, and the layer ones are getting 1% in and out of. So it's that just the meme of Trump has $8 billion worth of value put into it by people and institutions, and has held that throughout it all, throughout the sell-off, buy the news, sell it off, so that they've kept it stable. It's now currently at like $37, but it has not gone below 30. So if you bought it at the launch, you are still up 2.5 times, so 250% if you were able to get it at the launch. And if you buy it at $30 and you hold on to it, it ranges up to about tops 50 right now, but it'll probably be like 45. It'll go back and forth, probably to 47, maybe even 50, but like it's going to be in that range. So if you keep buying it every time it's below 40, and then you keep selling it every time it's above 40, then you're making this 20% between your buy and between your sell. That, if you're having 5% exchanging in, 5% exchanging out, well, then that's half of your profit gone, but you're still getting the other half, that is that 10%. So you're able to make that and keep that yourself, sort of thing. So that's best case scenario as it ranges. There's a lot of economics to it. There is actually ways to make a lot of money with it if you're able to move the money through and just make very small amounts off of it, or just trigger your buys and your sells at all the right times.
And Trump's also associated with a crypto trading company called World Liberty Financial, and in the past he's even accepted crypto payments for campaign donations. Overall, Trump and his campaign made around $35 million from selling the NFTs, another 7.
All right, so there you go. They were only able to make $35 million off of selling the NFTs. And that's like the overall market cap that their NFT thing, I guess, generated. Only 35 million. Their goal was to raise 10 times that, 300 million essentially, or something like that. So pretty much 10x. They only got 10% of that. And I guarantee you that through all the trade volume, all of those 1%, and that it's raised 8 billion in market cap, just 1% of that is $80 million. So they've just won every. So to reach $8 billion market cap, and that 1%, that is $80 million that it is generated just off of the one-time purchase of people buying into it to get it to that into that 8 billion market cap. He generated 80 million of income just off of it reaching 8 billion. But don't forget, it actually made it up to almost double that at 60 billion. It made it up, I think, to 15 billion right at the peak of its run, where it became the second. He took second place in the meme wars. He became the second dog. He came little dog. He flipped Shib at one point, but still, Dogecoin's at 50 billion. So quite multiples less than becoming top dog anytime soon. But the point being that when it was at that 15 billion market cap at the very top, that's actually $160 million, because that's double the 8 billion, right? So that's double the amount of transactions, so it's double the amount generated. And then you also have another 1/2 minimum transactions back down to where it is at the 8 billion now. So that's 3%, or 3 times that 80. So that's 240 million that's been generated off of it, just going up and then down like that. And then guaranteed you have like millions of transactions in between that range of everyone buying and selling back and forth in between it. That's literally all the millions more that it's generated. Just wild. So they've, at least in the first 3 days of this coming out, have probably made a profit minimum of $100 million. So literally, oh man, it's so wild. No, 300 million. Like a third of a billion they've created. So they probably generate 100 million profit a day. That's insane. Insane.
0.2 million in licensing deals, about 13 million in campaign donations and funding, tens of millions of dollars invested in World Liberty Financial, and tens of millions of dollars in token sales on the same platform. And now his company owns billions of dollars of liquidity in this Trump token. And while he's racking up millions or billions, the people who buy and sell these assets haven't been as successful. The release of multiple NFT collections, including the Mugshot edition in December of 2023, led to something called market saturation. That oversupply, along with the fact that you can't even
the one thing you never want to reach is market saturation, because at that point, it's almost guaranteed you're going to have an instant sell-off and a loss of value, and everybody losing faith in it, and it just creating overnight or instantly as everyone sells it, and it literally goes to pennies. That's the one thing you never, ever want your project or your liquidity or your demand or your supply to happen to, because then it just becomes worthless and it's just a dead project. And that's what happened with Hawk 2 and meme coin. They oversaturated it with all the pre-sold dumping, stealing the money out, and then it just died. It was dead because you oversaturated it. You're greedy. And that's where this is the presidential precedent that so far, despite, and it's going to be interesting looking into the Trump tracker AI, the actual the breakdowns of the amount of flow, the amount of what the heck is the word? They just added up the trade volume, the amount of trade volume that went through, and if it continues to go through, because that's where all those 1% of fees keep being generated that he keeps making every single day with that trade volume, and you keep that trade volume going, that's like just making millions, hundreds of millions daily. Like, it's just insane in the fees, and that he can keep doing, and that from that, that they keep reinvesting and using those fees to make sure to keep buying back the crypto anytime there's sell-offs. Like there was an attempted sell-off. Well, it is a sell-off. That's why it's down to 37. But it's that they haven't let it reach that saturation. It's never crashed down to below $30, right? They prevented it from ever losing its 2x gain from the start. And that these are key metrics that as long as you keep that and you have that as a base, then it builds the faith that it will never go below that, and that you know that you're safe, that anytime it crashes anywhere close to that, you can buy it at that price, and that you just hodl and keep it because it's going to keep going back up because they've kept it pegged at that level. And then essentially it becomes like a government or system like pegged currency, just like the US dollar is pegged to all the other government dollars and the exchanges for them. The economics are just fucking wild. It's not just economic, it's not just politics or economics, it's literally the scope of this and how it is the new financial system, and that literally Trump actually is now the richest person in the world, and or is equal to Elon. We'll see. We're going to leave Elon as the top because the top dog, because he's still got that $60 billion with Doge and however much of it he actually owns and stuff. And like, so the Doge is the top dog of memes and it's 60 billion. And then he's got like all of his billions or hundreds of billions of his companies and all that other wealth, but it's tied up. You can't just spend that sort of stuff. Where Trump now with this meme coin and that $8 billion market cap, that he can literally be like, oh, I'm making this $500 million deal, this $500 million deal. He'll claim, and it'll be like through the exchange, through Binance Exchange. He'll say he'll be doing it or whatever, and he'll like take it out of the strategic reserve that is that 80% of the tokens that he privately owns, and he can like claim it as this deal or whatever the fuck, but no one's actually gonna know what it was sold for or what it actually was given like in back and forth for, whatever the hell, but that it's then they can sell that into their exchanges that they control, that it's all money that they own and rig, and that it's like it just, I can't properly explain it in words without writing out and like drawing out the actual economic tokens and how they can manipulate it and how they can play it, and just like it's like tens of $1,000,000 at any point, and every transaction that he does, he can just create out of thin air or disappear out of thin air, and like it's literally just like this empty blank check, blank black hole of like ridiculous amounts of wealth that he now controls, can generate and spin out of nowhere and accept it. It's crazy. It's nuts. But that'll be for the Trump Tracker AI project and another video. Sorry for rambling on. Wow, I've been going for a whole other 30 minutes on top of it. We'll play these 3 minutes. We'll end it at 3:33, and we're
until the end of January 2025 diluted the value of earlier NFTs, disappointing initial investors. World Liberty Financial was launched by Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. And
my apologies, didn't see that. Shout out John Sup. Thank you, brother, for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it, my man. Okay, World Liberty Financial. So here we go. Launched by Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. So World Liberty Financial, it's an entity that they're run by two of his sons, and it's so this is another part of their onboarding and offboarding of wealth and doing just wild. Let's hear.
And supposedly, Donald Trump had no involvement. Regardless, WLF faced scrutiny over potential conflicts of interest between business ventures and political aspirations, especially given the family's political influence. The project had a goal of raising $300 million, and it fell short, with less than half of that secured. So this project's credibility is also questioned, especially due to the involvement of Justin Sun, the well-known Tron crypto founder, who also has alleged histories of fraud. The legality of any of these ventures is questionable because the US does not have.
Okay, so the point of it being that all the OGs and the billionaires that are the crypto founders that own the different major crypto things are tied into this, and that they can it's documented that they've been able to do magic money of aka fraud, create money out of nowhere, transfer it out of nowhere, do whatever the heck of it, and it's just a giant black hole that they are now as powerful as central banks, essentially, and that there's many of them in on it together on this. And don't doubt the success of this, because it is not a failure. It's a great success. They literally have generated and made actual hundreds of millions off of it already that are literal, their fees, that are their money. No doubt about it. It's not missing from the liquidity. It's actually made theirs, and it's going to continue generating that much every day. That's insane. And that also they've been able to keep it afloat no matter, and prove that they can pump billions of dollars of tens of billions of dollars of trade volume through it each day, and supply the liquidity as well as the demand to buy up and pay for the sell pressure and the buy pressure to keep it at the prices that they want it to be. It's master of success, that's what they've done, and it's a presidential precedent. Quite astounding, quite a success in just a couple days. Anyways, is it a good investment? Probably fucking not. Probably fucking not. You're gonna lose money 90% of the time. So it's a meme coin. Never invest in meme coins as a rule of thumb. They're gambling. But Trump and his wife each got their own, and it's a blank void for nonstop money creation, laundering, spending, and gods. He's like he's the king. He is the Don King now of the empire. Wild.
Had substantial crypto regulation in place. Supposedly, that will change once Trump officially becomes president, but none of these ventures were started before the regulatory clarity, so that may be a problem for investors or even Trump himself if the law decides to crack down on it. In other words, even if these projects are legit, traders will not see as much profit as Trump and his affiliates will. And if we take political beliefs out of the conversation, which we're trying really hard to do, and just look at the economics, these are not particularly lucrative investments. Donald Trump has been involved in a variety of ventures beyond just crypto that didn't really have a great ending, including Trump-branded physical coins, sneakers, Bibles, guitars, watches, steaks, vodka, and the infamous Trump University. Many of these projects, like Trump Steaks and Trump Vodka, failed.
That's freaking hilarious. It almost sounds like Andrew Tate style of grift and promotion, and also sounds like the grift of archaics on the most minor of scales, like Trump most minor yet equal to archaics like highest levels. But like it's hilarious. And yes, Trump just created, launched, and given the grift of grifts that will keep on giving the grift of nonstop millions. It's insane. Just insane. All right.
Due to poor sales and marketing. Well, Trump University faced lawsuits over fraud, and they eventually settled for $25 million. Most ventures relied heavily on his brand name, but struggled with quality or sustainability, leading to a pattern of high-profile launches followed by quiet discontinuations. Regardless of that history, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with these crypto projects. Kind of wrapping this video up, I want to share a disclaimer of meme coins. Now, the point of meme coins is to make money. People buy them with the hope to sell them at a higher price than they bought them, hoping that they're not in the average statistic of someone who loses money. Now, it's really easy to do this right now with aggregation sites like Jupiter that will automatically scan the blockchain and find new coins and list them on their exchange if they meet certain criteria regarding liquidity and other key metrics that differ depending on the exchange. So it's usually pretty easy to buy and sell meme coins that are really popular, where they're gaining popularity quickly. But here's the thing, all of these meme coins have no utility or inherent value. They're not specifically solving a problem, they don't include new technology, and they're really only worth what people are willing to pay for them. So they are entirely what we call speculative assets. People speculate that in the future they will be worth something, so they take a gamble on buying it. To put this in simple terms, meme coins fall into the gambling category. One thing I want to mention here regarding the Trump token is that former President Jimmy Carter actually put his entire peanut farm business into a blind trust so that he wouldn't have a conflict of interest while he was serving as president. On the other hand, Donald Trump launched an unregulated meme coin, which theoretically could let anyone purchase for his gain because he does own 80% of the supply, which leads many people to a theory of this token being used as a non-obvious way to purchase favors from the president. We're not sure what this means for the future of the United States. But we and others can certainly investigate the data on-chain thanks to the transparency of the blockchain. And if you want a sneak peek of that, currently there is a wallet which was funded with $1 million 4 hours before the Trump token launched. When it launched, it bought $1 million of the Trump token as cheaply as possible. And now that initial investment of $1 million is worth over $400 million 4 hours before the Trump token launched. When it launched, it bought $1 million of the Trump token as cheaply as possible.
Boom. So you hear that? There was an insider sniper that set up and they invested $1 million as soon as this crypto launched, and they stole by doing that, by buying that 1 million right at the base. They got a 400x. That 1 million's now worth 400 million. That 400x gain, the insider, whoever, whether that was Trump himself, Trump's kids, or some business person Trump let know, whatever it was, that 400x, they stole that possibility of the open market, of the average person being able to make that 400x gain, that 4,000% gain, or 40,000, whatever it was, the 400x, 400 times your money. That, that's the big gain that people are risking when you invest in a launch of a meme coin. That is where the people make those massive life-changing gains, the 400x gains in a couple hours times, right? Like that's the whole dream of being able to just magically buy at the bottom and magically sell at the top as it does that 400x gain. No, so they set it up that just one wallet, one person did that and stole it, rugged that potential gain from absolutely everybody. So they got it. Nobody else did. Just so you know.
And now that initial investment of $1 million is worth over $400 million. And all the evidence points to this being an insider. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you...
All right, boom. So that ends that. Now you know that the Trump meme coin documented someone, aka one of their insiders, whether it's them, someone else someone in their system, went in and sniped and stole the 400x gains for themselves and for not any of us plebs of the public. So should you invest in this, you're not going to make 400x on it. I can tell you that, because they already took that away from you. They already made that off of this. And what wasn't included in this video, but other information that I found on the on-chain, is that there was a wallet that had a bunch of pre-allocated tokens. So it somehow came out of the pre-sale or whatever the heck it was. That, yeah, I guess there supposedly wasn't a pre-sale, and that 10% went to the open market for the liquidity, and then it said 10% were set aside and went to exchanges for liquidity. But that 10% that went to exchanges for liquidity, somewhere in there, out of that 10%, a wallet was given enough tokens that it's documented that in the first 48 hours that there was one wallet that came out of nowhere that didn't buy, it didn't make a single purchase of tokens, that it had tokens that it had received from the original Trump open market allocation / liquidity allocation that was supposed to be going to the market or to an exchange, but not to a private wallet, especially a wallet that didn't pay anything for it, but that there was a wallet that was able to it sold $35 million worth of tokens into or out of the liquidity, so that someone had a bunch of these tokens. Now, $35 million compared to 8 billion, right? That's like a 0.2 or a 0.1% of the overall amount. So it's just a little drop in the bucket, but it's still $35 million that they were able to sell. And like that on your average meme coin rug pill like Hawk Tua, it was like that 17% of pre-sold coins that were able to, all the insiders that then had that 17% of the overall, which is compared to the 3% that was provided to the liquidity, and that 17% kept selling all of their stocks into that 3% liquidity, and that they were able to get like $10 million out of it all and crashing it and stuff. But like they only were able to get 10 million out. It oversaturated the entire project, crashed it, was a try and rug pull, blah blah blah. But it's that they generated what, $2 or $3 million out of the fees, and then they rug pulled or stole or sold $35 million out of their investors, and it crashed the whole thing. Where here you had $35 million just yoink taken out, and it wasn't even noticed. It didn't affect it at all. And that they're probably generating 35 million or maybe 350 million. We're going to look at it all and break it down in the future daily, just off of fees. And then that they can just take 35 million out, give it to whoever, and you don't even know, but just like that, 35 million. So that's what I'm talking about, of like Trump now having this blank check sort of thing, that like that's an example of it. 35 million, just like that. And how can you notice? How can you argue with it? It's just boom, 35 mil. That's how it goes. What's the $2 question, Brother John? You've been saying that. I've been trying to ask you, and what's up? I do appreciate. And was the question, what's the difference between Godzilla? Oh, Godzilla can breathe fire. Okay. All right. Here's this funny. What's the question, though, John? All right. And we are at 3, 4, 5 into here. It's time to shut it all down. Almost 4 hours. Thank you all for being here. Sorry about all the crypto talk, but we had to kind of explain it to give a basis of understanding what Trump and his meme is, and the theme of it, and how substantial and different it is compared to your average rug, your average project, and the system and setup that they have. And just wow, like it's crazy. All right, what's the question, John? You got to post it now, or I'm ending the stream. Anywho, thank you all for being here today. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. Wishing everyone a blessed and happy 2025. And we'll be back soon with more content. We're going to be doing Metamaterial Mondays, as well as Marvelous Megalith Mondays, alternating back and forth each Monday between the two. So it'll be like science focused one Monday, and then alternative history the next, back and forth. Wednesdays, woo Wednesdays, and Fridays, every second Friday I'm going to be doing the free energy Fridays. and try to link back in there with the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen of that group. Get back into the APEC. I've literally got solid 50 different top tier guests and minds and people scheduled to come on over the next couple of months in the working and booking and going to be happening, and so much to come. But this is all you're getting tonight, today. God bless. Thank God Trump didn't get killed. Hopefully hopefully this is the peak of clown world, or it doesn't completely break down into meme madness and just being one giant meme of a rug pull that burns the entire world down. Down syndrome. What's the question? All right, Don, I don't know what your question is. Oh, what did the what? Oh, I got okay. I got you, Joe. And on that note, that's ta-ta.
You crazy mother. Yeah.
It's just burning.